City Hall is closed for the day, so you're free. Go out and play. Watch the acid rain on the parade. Acid rain. Acid rain. Acid rain. In the cafe and in the alleyway, it's a fragile state. Watch what you say and watch the acid rain on the window pane. Acid rain. Acid rain. Acid rain. When I see you on the scene, it's almost as if in a dream. Military boots and a new head to smile at everyone you meet. Acid rain. Acid rain. Acid rain. Acid rain. You could fall in love. You could fall in love with a passing train. Just a bureaucrat longing for some change. Long to feel the rain, the acid rain. Acid rain. Acid rain. Acid rain. When I see you on the scene, it's almost as if in a dream. Military boots and a new head to smile at everyone you meet. Acid, acid, acid rain. Acid rain. Acid rain. Acid rain. Acid rain. Acid rain. What goes up, it must come down somehow. When I'm tired of hanging around, I'll go home. But as for now,
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to EarthQuake, moving the earth with our voices. A live stream Zoom Play Readings Festival. This is show number 1 out of 3. This show is with artists and creators from India. I would like to begin by saying this. Theater artists do not wake up thinking they want to make plays for Zoom. In a world of about 7 months ago, Zoom and play would not be found in the same sentence. And through this unpredictable time, what we have learned is that as artists, we must create. It is our necessity to practice our craft, to collaborate, and to exchange ideas with one another. So, EarthQuake was created by the Same Boat Theater Collective based in Bay Area, California, to showcase work that tells stories of environmental justice, social justice, and reveals the pangs of misinformation. And though we would prefer to see our audiences in front of us and hear their reactions, we are simply glad that we are able to do our work and share it with you. Do share your comments in the chat while the show is going on. Now, before we begin, I request you all to please mute your microphones if you haven't already done so. The plays are best experienced if you turn off the lights in your room, all the lights around you, as well as any distracting devices. If you'd like to see who's participating, a full program is available in the link I will be providing in the chat. Thank you for joining us. And yes, I'm aware that the screen is blank. Soon it will be full of performers. Thank you, audience. We are now ready to start. I am a plant. Dr. Hara is a half plant, half botanist who becomes an inspiring force when he meets a poet who thinks he may be going mad. I Am a Plant is written, directed, and performed by Varun Narayan and Shad Qureshi.
I love this lockdown. I love that I can't visit anyone and that no one can visit me. Am I mad? I love that finally everyone is as vulnerable. People who are not vulnerable are vulnerable. I love it. Am I seditious? Evil? Or unresolved? I love it. I have never ever felt so validated. Am I finally going mad and loving it?
They are all inside. The few that are outside are not at ease. The plants finally have their space to themselves. No careless fingers that mindlessly pluck them. No agitated feet that deliberately crush them. No clumsy limbs that unknowingly kill them. It's ideal. I'm loving this, and I'm not mad. I have never felt so validated.
They tried to stop me. They tried to catch me. They tried to shut me up. They claimed that everything I said was fake. The darkness got darker still, and my soul began to glow. With anger, with energy, and with poetry.
They crushed the voices and the equipment, but I survived. They burned the laboratory down to the ground, but I survived. A test tube in which the beginnings of me. Inside, it rolled unseen into a sewer. I am the survivor of an illegal experiment. I am a transgenic mutant, half plant and half human.
They killed my family, my large family, some in the name of race, some in the name of color, some in the name of religion. I was censored, my books destroyed, my existence ignored, but I survived in choking tears, in a sewer drain where I was frozen in fear for weeks. A full-blooded human they intended to erase by their definitions.
Half human and half plant. By their definitions.
A dangerous rebel by their definitions.
I'm actually just me.
I'm actually just me,
Complexly alive.
complexly alive,
Just me.
just me.
And it's
And
not
it's not simple. Who's there?
I can feel you. I can feel
Do you speak English? Hindi bolte ho? Urdu?
I think I can hear something. I think I can hear something.
A network problem.
Any plants around you?
Pants? Yeah, I'm wearing mine. I think I've got connected to a porn site.
Pants, plants, Baude, Pflanzen, Grundpflanzen im Peanti.
Who are you?
Hello.
I can hear you
I
now.
am- Yes, I can hear you too. I can feel you. And I am Dr. Hara.
I can hear you now and feel you inside the back of my head. Maybe I should stop this and make myself some tea instead. Who are you? Hey!
I can finally see you. I am Dr. Hara, the botanist. Please don't freak out. This is what I naturally look like.
Maybe this isolation is messing with my head. I've been watching too many alien films just lying in my bed.
Yeah. Now I can see you. I can finally see you.
What? Who are you?
I am Dr. Hara. I'm a botanist. Please don't freak out. I naturally look like this.
Wow. Your hair. Are they real?
Yes, I'm a survivor of an illegal experiment. Half human and half plant. Who are you?
I'm Seher. I don't know who I am, but if you want to know who most people think I am, guess I am a radical poet with perverse views. Did you say half human, half plant?
Yes, green photosynthesizing hair, very similar to the marine blue-green algae, and all 5 human senses with a brain and a body integrated into a network of blood vessels and mycorrhiza.
Oh, how the hell are you doing that?
We may assume that plants grow in silence, so drowned and hypnotized in our noise and our violence. But if you sit still and concentrate, you will understand how plants actually communicate.
Plant communication. So that's what it is?
Mhm.
Wow. This is weird. I'm a vegetarian. Are you trying to freak me out?
No, 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 no. I am not trying to freak you out. Let me tell you a story. In 1960, Cleve Baxter, an interrogation specialist, invented the lie detector. When attached to a culprit, it was of great assistance by measuring the amount of electrical resistance.
So are you saying that plant works like lie detectors?
No, no, what I'm saying is that the instrument, the lie detector, had a needle which would deflect when it encountered electrical resistance. This device, just attached to a culprit's arm, could gauge a lie or a truth and prevent further harm. So you see, Cleve Baxter could not resist being inspired by an Indian scientist called Jagdish Chandra Bose, an Indian physicist who was discovering that plants responded to music of different kinds. So what does Cleve Baxter do? He attaches the electrodes of his human lie detector onto a plant, and guess what he finds?
What?
Although the logical mind may look askance, when one human being with an evil intent to harm a plant did advance, the plant attached to the lie detector recorded an electrical resistance. The needle of the instrument on the plant behaved just like it did on the human being. The process made it possible to find that the plant could in fact read the human mind.
That's cool. But I wish they could move their branches and take some preventive actions. If they had, we wouldn't be in this pandemic.
Well, they do move, you know, but they don't act alone. It's much like a complex network with a living mobile phone.
Why do you speak in rhyme most of the time?
Maybe I'm reflecting your mind, Mr. Poet, and I don't realize and even know it.
So if everything you say is so interconnected and true, the plant world must have predicted the situation we are in before we knew it. No?
Well, maybe. Maybe they are equally a part of this change. Their role is more dynamic than you know.
Wow, that's drastic. I always thought that the greenery was a calm background, but now I'm beginning to think that evil monster plants take revenge.
Evil, seditious, rebel terrorist poet, take revenge.
What?
Poets should be acceptable and sweet, no? They should be silent and calm, and oh yes, they should have a fair skin, and they should be in the background. Isn't that the correct definition of a poet? Identity. Identity is who you are according to what they think.
And it's so easy to become them without even knowing it.
When our behavior is packaged and thrown back at us, we catch it, but we forget to change it before we throw it back.
What's playing out these days is a whole reality, and we are still not getting it.
We're figuring it out, that's important.
I have learned the silence from the talkative, tolerance from the intolerant, and kindness from the unkind. Yet it's strange. I'm ungrateful to these teachers. Khalil Gibran has said it.
Ah, well. So when your human signal is low and your network is bad, don't get frustrated and feel sad. Gaze at a plant and silently think, we are all much more interconnected than we think. Bring your hand close to the screen. This is just the beginning.
Thank you. Our next performance is actually a dance short film, Trace. Trace is created by the Kaleidoscope's Echo Theater Group based in the US. In their dance short film, Trace, 9 dancers explore themes of global interconnectedness through movement. Filmed safely and independently during the quarantine, this dance film is set to commissioned original music. Please have some patience as we begin to play it.
The Latin name for the aspen that's native to Colorado is Populus tremuloides. Populus in Latin means people, community, or army. Tremuloides means trembling or quaking. Put it together and it can be understood as a quaking people. The largest living organism in the world is a colony of quaking aspens that are all connected and collectively weigh 6 million kilograms, and the root system is 80,000 years old. This colony is currently thought to be dying and hasn't grown for over 30 years. There's something particularly sad about a broken aspen that is no longer quaking and no longer part of the people.
The land speaks in traces, the trees etching hieroglyphs into their own bark. I listen to the landscape around me. It listens to me. I translate the language of the landscape. It deciphers me. We have a conversation. Our words are tangled and frayed and fail us, but still we try. And in that brief moment when we both understand each other, I am nature again, and nature is me. In our reunion, we restore and we reciprocate. And it is clear to me that it's my turn to give.
I will be here. I reach for warmth, for light. I reach and flow and fly. I am here.
Here, I am home.
Thank you, audiences, for responding on the chat. It's quite encouraging for all of us performers here. Moving on to our third performance of this festival is R2G2, Rang Do Rido, Gido, written, directed, and performed by Dhanendra Kavade. It's a musical that follows a curious young chameleon on his quest to acquire more than just the usual primary colors that his being is capable of showing.
Tumulaka, luka, laya. Chungurlaka, luka, laya. चुंगुर लक्का लुक्का लुक्का लैया लैया रे लैया रे लैया आ आ अगर घर पे लगे तो साथ साथ में गा सकते हैं। चुंगुर लक्का लुक्का लुक्का लैया। चुंगुर लक्का लुक्का लुक्का लैया। लैया रे लैया रे रंगीली रंगीली रंग रंगीली रंग रंगीली रंगीली रंग रंगीली रंग रंगीली रंग रंगीली रंग रंगीली रंग रंगीली रंग रंगीली दुनिया की हर बात रोज है नई गिली गिली गप्पा रुम्बे टुम्बे अप्पो टप्पो छई रंग रंगीली दुनिया की हर बात रोज है नई गिली गिली गप्पा रुम्बे टुम्बे अप्पो टप्पो छई चंदा सूरज बादल तारे तितली भंवरे फूलिए प्यारे चंदा सूरज बादल तारे तितली भंवरे फूलिए तारे नदियां जंगल धरती अंबर पर्वत झरने पंछी प्यारे सबके दिन है सबके दिन है सबके दिन है नए नए और रातें सबकी नई गिली गिली गप्पा रुम्बे टुम्बे अप्पो टप्पो छई रंग रंगीली रंगीली रंग रंगीली रंग रंगीली रंगीली रंग रंगीली। तो ऐसी थी रंग रंगीली दुनिया और इस रंग रंगीली दुनिया में था एक रंग रंगीला गिट्टू गिरगिट जो अपने रंग बदलने की शक्ति का इस्तेमाल कर बनना चाहता था बहुत बड़ा पेंटर और पूरी दुनिया को रंगीन कर देना चाहता था उसके पास बहुत सारे शेड्स हों। जब उसने अपने माँ पिताजी से ये बात कही तो उसके माँ पिताजी ने कहा अच्छा तुम्हें रंगों में शेड चाहिए तो तुम्हें बड़ा होना पड़ेगा और बड़ा होने के लिए तुम्हें पढ़ना पड़ेगा उसके लिए स्कूल जाना पड़ेगा क्योंकि जब तुम स्कूल जाओगे तब पढ़ाई होगी और जब पढ़ाई होगी तब तुम बड़े हो जाओगे और जब तुम बड़े हो जाओगे तभी तुम्हें रंगों में शेड्स मिलेंगे और उसके लिए तुम्हें पढ़ना पड़ेगा स्कूल जाना पड़ेगा। किट्टू को लगा ओके स्कूल जाना पड़ेगा ठीक है तो स्कूल के लिए गिट्टू चल पड़ा। रंग रंगीला गिरगिट मैं हूँ रंग रंगीला गिरगिट मैं हूँ रंग रंगीला लाल गुलाबी नीला पीला रंगों भरा पतीला लाल गुलाबी नीला पीला रंगों भरा पतीला रंग रंगीला गिरगिट मैं हूँ रंग रंगीला। जाते जाते उसे जंगल में एक पेड़ मिला। पेड़ से गिट्टू ने पूछा गिट्टू कहाँ जा रहे हो? गिट्टू ने कहा बड़े होने की तैयारी। पेड़ू ने बोला अच्छा अभी से? अरे बच्चे ही तो बड़े होते हैं बड़े तो ऑलरेडी बड़े होते हैं। वाह छोटा तन बसंत वचन और ये होगा कैसे? स्कूल जाके पढ़ाई करके। अरे वाह पढ़ाई करके बड़े बनोगे? हाँ। पेड़ू आप तो इतने बड़े हो इतना बड़ा बनने के लिए तो बहुत पढ़ना पड़ा होगा। पढ़ाई करनी तो पड़ी पर बेटा पढ़ने से ज्यादा उसे समझना और चरितार्थ करना जरूरी है। अच्छा आप कौन से स्कूल में पढ़े हैं? NSD नेशनल स्कूल ऑफ ड्रामा दिल्ली। नेचुरल स्कूल ऑफ दुनियादारी है। ये कहाँ है? यहाँ यहाँ हाँ यहाँ यहाँ तो कुछ नहीं दिखाई दे रहा। अरे यही तो है। ऐसा कोई स्कूल होता है? न क्लासरूम न दरवाजा न घंटी न बेंच न पुस्तक न संटी। अच्छा उस तरह के अगर स्कूल की बात कर रहे हो तो मैं कभी स्कूल नहीं गया। पर बगैर स्कूल गए भी आप इतने बड़े हो गए मतलब क्या पैदाइशी बड़े हैं? अरे नहीं मैं पैदाइशी हम तो खड़े हैं। मतलब बताओ ना। अरे पहले मैं भी छोटा था तुम्हारी तरह ही छोटा था धीरे धीरे इतने सालों बाद हुआ हूँ इतना बड़ा। बाबा बाबा बम। गए भी आप इतने बड़े हो गए, आपने इतना सारा ज्ञान कैसे पाया? बेटा बस यूं ही मिल बांट कर। ओह, मैं कहीं तो जा नहीं सकता था, तो बस सूर्य जो ज्ञान घूम घूम कर लेकर के आता था वो मुझे देता, और मैं उसे अपने आप में आत्मसात कर लेता और फिर लोगों को बांट देता। बस इसी तरह मैंने अपना स्कूल बनाया। वाओ, साउंड्स इंटरेस्टिंग। पेड़ू, आपकी इस पाठशाला में सिर्फ आप ही पढ़े हो या आपने किसी और को पढ़ाया भी है? होता होगा, बहुत से हैं। अब एक तो वो न्यूटन। न्यूटन अब वो भी मेरे नीचे बैठा हुआ टाइम पास करता रहता था। मैंने मारा एक फेंक करके से, हट गए क्या क्या फड़क। गुरुत्वाकर्षण का सिद्धांत निकाल दिया पट्टे ने, लॉ ऑफ ग्रेविटी है। वाह, अब और भी है, वो एक और था वो, अब कालिदास। कालिदास इधर जिस हाथ में मेरे बैठा था वही हाथ काट रहा था। मैंने कहा ये येड्या काय चाललंय तुझं? हट, हट। मारा एक थप्पड़, अकल ठिकाने आ गई, धड़ाधड़ नाटक लिख डाले। बहुत से हैं। अब तुलसीदास, बुद्ध, सब घूम रहे थे इधर उधर। मैंने कहा है, कहाँ 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 घूम रहे हो? चलो बैठो, बैठो जड़ में, जड़ में है ज्ञान, जड़ में है ज्ञान। पेड़ू, मैं भी बैठ जाऊं आपकी जड़ में? आपसे मिल जाएगा मुझे ज्ञान। ओके, पर तुम्हें चुकाना होगा मेरा किराया। ओके डन, ठीक है। हाँ पेड़ू, तो मैं ना पेंटर बनना चाहता हूँ, बहुत बड़ा पेंटर, और पूरी दुनिया को रंगीन बनाना चाहता हूँ। मुझे ढेर सारे शेड्स चाहिए। बेटा, रंग चाहिए तो रखो एक मूल मंत्र याद। ओके, चलो कोई भी एक अंक सोचो। आप लोग भी घर में बैठे बैठे कोई भी एक अंक सोचो, नंबर सोचो। सोच लिया? हाँ, ओके, अब उसे 2 से गुणा करो। किया? ओके, अगर कर लिया तो उसमें अब 6 जोड़ दो। जोड़ा? जोड़ा? ओके, अब जो जोड़ा उसमें 2 से भाग कर दो। कर दिया? डिवाइड कर दिया? अब जो पहले अंक सोचा था उसे इसमें से माइनस कर दो। कर दिया? ये तो तुमने किया? हाँ, किया। ओके, तो जो किया उत्तर आया 3। हाँ, आपको कैसे पता? हाँ, ऐसे ही बेटा, जीवन में सिर्फ 3 चीजों की तो जरूरी है, भोजन, हवा और पानी। ऐसे ही सिर्फ 3 मूल रंग ही हैं जो पूरे जीवन को रंगीन बना सकते हैं। हाँ, सिर्फ 3 मूल रंग। अब पेड़ू मुझे बताओ ना प्लीज प्लीज, और बताओ ना। ओके डन, तो पहला रंग वो जो सुबह मुर्गे की बाग के साथ आता है तुम्हारे पास, जब कहता है मुर्गा कुकड़ू कुकड़ू कुकड़ू। बड़े सवेरे मुर्गा बोला, चिड़ियों ने अपना मुंह खोला, आसमान में लगा चमकने लाल लाल सोने का गोला, ठंडी हवा बड़ी सुखदाई, सब बोले सूरज आया भाई। लाल रंग का राजा हूँ मैं, कहते हैं सब तारा, सुबह सुबह आता हूँ जब मैं, उड़ता है जग सारा, टाइम का पक्का समय का पाबंद यही है मेरा नारा, मैं हूँ सूरज तारा, मैं हूँ हॉट हॉट बट प्यारा, मैं हूँ सूरज तारा, मैं हूँ हॉट हॉट बट प्यारा। किट्टू, मैं हूँ रंग लाल, तुम सबका चूल्हा, तुम सबका खाना मैं ही बनाता हूँ। हाँ! हमारा खाना तो माँ बनाती है। ओके, आपको खाना बनाने की चीजें कहां से मिलती है? गिद्धों से, टीटों से, इन चीजों से। ओके, पर उन्हें खाना बनाने की चीजें कहां से मिलती है? घास से, पेड़ों से। ओके, तो उन्हें खाना बनाने की चीजें कहां से मिलती है? आपसे। यस, सूर्य हाजिर है, सूर्य सर्विस हाजिर है। इतने लोगों का खाना बनाने के लिए तो तुम्हें बहुत ऊर्जा लगती होगी। इतने लोगों का खाना कैसे कैसे बनाते हो? बेटा, मुझ में ना गैस है, बस उसी को मिला मिला कर चलता हूँ दुनिया को रोशनी चलता हूँ मैं हरदम गैसों को बस मिला मिला कर निकले मेरा दम 24 घंटे सेवा करना चूके नहीं हम मैं हूँ सूरज तारा मैं हूँ हट हट बट प्यारा मैं हूँ सूरज तारा मैं हूँ हट हट बट प्यारा वाह सूर्या इतनी सारी ऊर्जा तुम्हारे अंदर वाह मैं तुमसे गले मिलना चाहता हूँ क्या क्या बोल रहे हो प्लीज सब डाल के बोलो मुझसे नहीं मिल सकते बिकॉज आई एम वेरी वेरी हॉट ओह बट यू लुक सो कूल बिकॉज मेरे हॉट मिजाज को कोई और कंट्रोल करता है यस हु एक थाल मोती से भरा सबके सर पर औंधा धरा चारों ओर वो थाल फिरे पर मोती उससे एक ना गिरे एक ना गिरे एक ना गिरे बोलो बोलो क्या बोलो गिट्टू क्या बोलो बोलो क्या बोलो गिट्टू क्या बोलो क्या आकाश ये है नीली छतरी वाला नीलू नीला आकाश ये है नीली छतरी वाला नीलू नीला आकाश दिखता है कपास की तरह खूब सुंदर चित्र है रचता दिखता है कपास की तरह खूब सुंदर चित्र है रचता बचता है का मेरा करता हम सबकी ये रक्षा रक्षा बचता है का इसका करता हम सबकी ये रक्षा अल्ट्रा वायलेट अल्फा बीटा या गामा मामा 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 इंफ्रारेड और एक्सरे का पहनूं मैं पैजामा छतरी वाला नीलू नीला आकाश तो गिट्टू मैं हूं दूसरा मूल रंग नीलू सूर्या की गर्मी को मैं कंट्रोल में कर लेता हूँ ये तो सूर्या को बड़ी जल्दी गुस्सा आ जाता है और सूर्या बहुत जल्दी गुस्सा हो जाता है सूर्या गुस्सा नहीं होता है गुस्सा होना बुरी बात होती है ऐसा नहीं कहते सूर्या गुस्सा होता है हम सबकी भलाई के लिए जब मेरी इस ओजोन की छतरी को कोई नुकसान पहुंचाने की कोशिश करता है ना तब सूर्या गुस्सा करता है हाँ वाह ओके नीलू मुझे आपकी ये छतरी बहुत पसंद है खास करके बादलों की पेंटिंग वाली वाह दैट्स सो अमेजिंग हाँ ओके ओके थैंक यू पर ना ये पेंटिंग के लिए मेरी जो मदद करता है वो है मेरा तीसरा दोस्त पेड़ू उसी के कारण से मैं ये पेंटिंग बादलों की बना पाता हूँ है हाँ वही तो है तीसरा रंग हरा उसी की छत्र छाया में हम रहते हैं सदा स्वस्थ और सुरक्षित अगर वो ना हो तो बढ़ जाएगा कालू और करेगा आतंकित झाड़ पोछ कालू को वो करता साफ और मेरी बरखा बहार का पानी भी पेड़ ही तो है जो अपनी तिजोरी में जमा करता जाना पेड़ हो तुम हम तुमसे है खुशहाली पेड़ हो तुम हम तुमसे है खुशहाली हरा रंग पाया है तुमसे है हरियाली पेड़ हो तुम हम तुमसे है खुशहाली हरा रंग पाया है तुमसे है हरियाली पेड़ हो तुम हम तुमसे है खुशहाली वापस देता है ताजी करके, सुबह की सांसें खुद में भर के वापस देता है ताजी करके। है ओजोन की जो जाली उसकी करता तू रखवाली, है ओजोन की जो जाली उसकी करता तू रखवाली, है ओजोन की जो जाली उसकी करता तू रखवाली। तुझसे ही हरियाली है ये, तुझसे है खुशहाली, तुझसे ही हरियाली है ये, तुझसे है खुशहाली। पेड़ हो तुम, हम तुमसे है, तुमसे है खुशहाली। हरा रंग पाया है तुमने, तुमसे है हरियाली। पेड़ हो तुम, हम तुमसे है, तुमसे है खुशहाली। आज तू, मैं हूँ बेटा तीसरा रंग, मूल रंग, समझा? और जीवन में ये सिर्फ 3 मूल चीजें ही हैं जो जीवन के लिए आवश्यक होती है। एक है भोजन, हवा और पानी। सूरज से मिलता है हमें प्रकाश और ऊर्जा, पेड़ों से प्राणवायु हवा ऑक्सीजन, और नीलू से जल। इन तीनों से ही मिले मूल रंग 3 जो बनाए लाइफ को रंगीन। सूरज से मिलता है रंग लाल, पेड़ों से हरा और नीलू से नीला। तो लाल, हरा और नीला ये है मूल 3 रंग। बनाओ इन्हें, मिलाओ जीवन में और चलो इनके संग संग। वाओ! अब तो मैं सारी दुनिया को रंगीन कर दूंगा, बहुत बड़ा पेंटर बन जाऊंगा। वाह, थैंक यू। इसके पहले मेरा वादा याद है? तुम्हें चुकाना होगा मेरा किराया, मेरा बीज। ले जाओ इसे और चारों तरफ बो करके प्लस प्लस कर दो। प्लस प्लस कर दो। प्लस करो बीज बो के प्लस, प्लस करो बीज बो के प्लस। अभी अपना भाड़ा टाइम पे भरो, इसी में सबकी भलाई होगी। प्लस करो बीज बो के प्लस, प्लस करो बीज बो के प्लस। है, आप भी जाओ और बीज बो करके चारों तरफ प्लस प्लस करो।
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for your comments. They mean so much to every one of us, all of us who are working out here to make this a seamless show for you. All right. So, hope everyone is having a great time and enjoying. Our next piece is called The Locked Down Homemaker by Devamalya De. A solo play shows how a homemaker's life changes in light of the pandemic in the suburbs of metropolitan India. Directed by Yusuf Niazi and performed by Prerna Talwar. Please have some patience as we begin the next performance. Thank you.
Life had a pattern, a routine, a predictability till Feb 2020. And then, just like that, everything changed. How? I mean, Raj, my husband, he's the head of data analytics in GQ's software. So he suddenly started working from home. GQ's headquarters in California urged for work from home from the beginning of March, I think, and he followed. Our neighbors got the sniff of him working from home, and soon the entire society was abuzz about Raj having got the pink slip. Huh. Why else would somebody be mostly at home, they said. Then a week or so afterwards, the gossip started. I went to the terrace to dry our clothes, and I found a motley group of women talking animatedly. Seeing me, the humming stopped. I went closer and I saw this pigeon lying dead. On further prodding, I learned that the women of the society, who by now had learned what COVID-19 was, had concluded that the pigeon had got COVID and died. Anyway, a week or so had passed after this incident. Then another strange thing happened. Raj, my husband Raj, is otherwise very quiet and reticent. He's like a teddy bear. He started complaining. He was receiving this deluge of WhatsApp messages inviting him to these corona parties, from the men in the society. Some clandestine group had also been formed where people gathered every weekend to have a binge drinking session. Why? To ward off corona. Anyway, Raj dismissed these invites. He's not like that. But then he started getting fake propaganda on WhatsApp on how booze kills corona. These fake forwards aside, Raj felt that these men, some of who had lost their jobs, had found out about his collection of single malts and scotch. So naturally, he was a must-have member in all of these clandestine groups. About a fortnight from them, the most bizarre incident hit me. And that's when I decided enough is enough. Few people had pets in the society, and they suddenly wanted to sell them off. And if they couldn't, then they wanted to just go and leave them on the streets. And their logic? That corona can be transmitted from animals to humans, so why bear the risk of keeping pets? Then in the midst of this entire circus, besides the comedy and the laughter, the desperation and the darkness, I took the plunge that I never believed possible. Once the lockdown happened in March, putting up with all this misinformation, the insinuations, and the grapevine of all the society's ladies, it became unbearable. Yeah. We had this corona case in our society. The patient was Mr. Ramsundar's mom, 70 years old, poor lady, ailing. She tested positive. Within hours, we had our society sealed off. And whatever little freedom we had, gone with the wind. Guess what followed next? Some wise people started plotting to send their parents back to the native place. This I got to know from Pushpa next door. And the reason, it will shock you. Why? Older people were sitting ducks for corona. So why not just send the aged back to our native places and the villages? Conveniently forgetting that by sending them out, you're exposing the old to the disease and you're inviting it to them. Forget protecting them. Anyway, enough of putting up with all this misinformation and nonsense over days. I decided to pick up cudgels in favor of truth and facts and dispel these fakes and misinformation. So I started a YouTube channel of my own. Anyway, I always wanted to. I used to follow my favorite voiceover artist, Dilbar Singh Asli. So I started posting these short post facts and clear any misinformation and fake news. Guess the name of all these posts? Misinformation is pandemic. Part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, and so on. You get the drift. Anyway, my first video introduced me while explaining the importance of staying put at home. My second one explained how to do proper hand washing. The third one was about proper mask wearing and so on. Anyway, my videos were basically meant to explain in simple layman Hindi and English the do's and don'ts. And boy, what a response it was. Quarantined at home. There's a few positive cases in our society. So I started relaying videos on the very basics, but all based on facts. WHO advisory, state government notices, a local municipal authority bites, and so on. What are the signs of infection, how to check, how it felt, where to look for help, whom to approach, and more importantly, how to survive the ordeal. Overnight, my follower count shot up. And within 3 to 4 weeks, more people were following me in the metro than any other channel. Why? Because I was providing people fact-based information that they were looking for, and everyone just lapped it up. My channel's email account received tons of emails. And the remarks page after every video started getting rave reviews. I started getting noticed on these FM channels. Newspapers started picking up on the work that I was doing. And then it wasn't long before the next jump happened. Something I had never ever expected in dear life. One newspaper's local edition started hailing me as a corona warrior. And soon another, and even the radio channels. And in the midst of all this frenzy, I received an invitation from the mayor's office. Guess for what? An online felicitation. Can you believe it? I wanted to give a shout out to all my subscribers and fans who stood by me. It seemed as if the world had turned full circle for me. Are we on? Okay. Hello guys. Guess what happened today? I was woken up by a voice message early in the morning. What I heard made me happy, no doubt. But then yes, it was Dilbar Singh Asli, my favorite voiceover artist. He left me a message, showering praise on my work and what I was doing. But then, let me just play it for you guys.
ਨੇ ਕੀ ਕਹਾ ਜੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਤਾਂ ਜੀ ਆਰਜੇ ਮਰਿਸਕਾ ਨਾਲ ਇੰਨੀ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਜੁਲਦੀ ਹੈ ਸੁਣਨ ਚ ਆਏ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਚਚੇਰੇ ਭੈਣ ਨੇ ਗ੍ਰੇਟ ਐ ਕਰੋ ਸਰਾਜ ਅਗਲੀ ਵਾਰੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਬੰਬੇ ਆਉਂਗਾ ਨਾ ਪੱਕਾ ਮਿਲਾਂਗੇ ਤੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਪਿਆਰ ਤੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਬੈਸਟ ਵਿਸ਼ੇਸ ਤੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਹਾਈ ਮਲਿਸਕਾ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਦਿਓ ਚਲੋ ਜੀ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀਆਂ ਕਲਾਂ ਚ ਰਹਿਓ ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ
ਦਿਲਬਰ ਜੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਹੋ ਉੱਥੇ ਰਹੋ ਖੁਸ਼ਹਾਲ ਰਹੋ ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ myself cousin of RJ Malishka this proves that misinformation indeed is a pandemic
And that was The Lockdown Homemaker by Deva Amalia Dey, directed by Yusuf Niazi and performed by Prerna Talwar. Okay, coming up, our fifth performance of the day is Earth is My Mother, Tiger is Our Brother. A tribal couple in India turned to their ancestral god for help as their tribe is forced to the edge of extinction by oppressive forces exhausted by climate change. Written by Vipul Srivastav, directed by Piyush Kumar, actors are Tarosh Rao and Roshni Datta. Please have some patience as we begin the next performance. Thank you.
I burn the twigs and leaves and flowers of this forest. As I burn my soul to pay my deepest respects to you, O Bhagwan. Please accept my offerings and bless me. Bhaga, leader of this tribe and priest of this village. And bless all the villagers present before you. And bless these seeds so we do not go hungry in the cold winter. Oh God! Why is Bhagwan angry with me today? Have I not kept my people happy? Have I hurt my Dharti Ma, my Mother Earth? I ask you now, O Nanga Bega, my ancestor. On this holy day of Pitri, all I want is for the gods to come and bless these seeds so we do not go hungry. Is it too much to ask? It is a question of your survival, your descendants' survival, Bhaga's survival. I, as the leader of this tribe and priest of this village, I took over my father as he took from his. I am the light my tribe looks up to, and yet I have no light left in me. And I look for your guidance, O Supreme God. So come and bless me. Come and possess me. Come and let all hear you. You will call me one day. If you cannot find answers yourself, call Nanga Bega. I've been dying in the hills to tell you something very important. So listen carefully. The one who cut open the forest is responsible for the drought. And the one who burned the Mother Earth is responsible for the hunger. And the one whose wife killed your son is responsible for your pains. Oh, the soothing and yet soothing Maua drink. It is true, isn't it, that your wife left away with someone from outside and that she killed your son and now she left with that outsider from the town? Yeah. Why then do you lament so much and disturb the peace of Bhagwan, huh? Do you think he has nothing better to do than to look into the affairs caused by adulterous women murdering mothers? Oh, I cannot believe one of my daughters killed her own son. Well, my son too. All of you are my sons and daughters, and we do not kill anyone, even our enemies. Oh, Bhaga! What have you done to save the honor of our village? Ah! What have you done for the people of this tribe? You should be ashamed calling me in your body like this. I feel ashamed. I feel naked. What have I done for my people? What have I done for my tribe? He was my son too. I sacrificed my only son. They said he was hiding the truth. They said I was hiding the truth, but in the naked beggar life, there is no truth to be hidden. The truth must be told loudly, and I shall say the truth out aloud. Your son was not a beggar. He was a city mongrel. You sent him to the city to study, hoping for an illuminated future, but he brought back ill fate.
He was only 16. My son. Only 16. Yet full of rage and courage. If you don't have courage, but only the rage, it gets you killed. If you have courage along with the rage, it gets you killed faster. He was enraged at the world. He said that our mother is suffering for their factories and for their utter disregard for the earth. That the climate change ignited in the cities was extinguishing our forests. He was enraged at the world for deceiving us. He taught us to count from 1 to 4. He said we should get 4 kgs of salt for 1 kg of lentils. Not 1 kg bartered by the salt merchants. 4. All these years, all beggars would not have to die 4 times to live once. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 1.
Bhagwan first chose me, Nanga Beggar, as the leader of all the tribes. He made me sit on his throne and asked me. He beseeched me to get 30 ma from the clutches of the Serpent King. Oh, no amount of Maua liquor can make you go that deep. After a lot of struggle, all we could get was some tiny pieces of her skin. So Bhagwan infused nectar into her and made her occupy the whole Middle Earth. The Mother Earth has kept her promise. She gives us food and shelter as long as we do not cut her, pierce her. For generations we have lived and died and been buried in the vast slopes and the wide forests. We live amongst the gods. But your son, he tries to change all that. He tries to be a god, a Hindu, a comrade. We are the sons of this land. Earth is our mother, and Tiger is our brother.
Tiger is our brother? My son asked. He lives in a cave, and government gives an entire forest to him. Tiger forest. We are not allowed to enter it. Earth is our mother? My son asked. We are not even allowed to collect leaves from the very forests where our ancestors and we have lived for generations.
It's your wife. I know it. As the only one who refuses to accept it is you, Baga. Blinded by love. When will you realize that she's the one who's responsible? She killed your son and left with that outsider. She did not even repay the 41 baskets of Maua liquor that you paid her father for her marriage. Unheard of. Disgusting, not even a single bucket back. No! Not 41. 104. And still not enough for my Hirani. I saw her on the Dasera dance. Parrot's elegance in her walk. Narmada river in her eyes. And the lakes and the peaks of Michael Hills in her body. But before I could announce my interest in her, my brother announced. The elders clapped, the drummer strummed, and my heart plunged. I could not sleep for days. For weeks I stalked her, not having enough courage to talk to her. She finally stopped me one day at the edge of the forest and said, "A tiger does not stalk. It pounces and kills."
A river's mind is free and unburdened. It chooses the direction it flows. A woman is free to follow her love, not caring which way the wind blows. A tigress is meant for a tiger. She can't be made to love and talks. the intoxicating mahua blooms, not to smell like sweet-scented rose. My father scorned me for calling Mahena an ox. He was elder of the brothers and was going to be the next village head. But I had rejected him. The whole world seemed to be angry. The leaves were falling early. The air seemed to be colder. I knew they all blamed me for all this. But no one said anything. Beggars respect their girls. All they could do was ask for an exorbitant sum of money and mahua liquor from my new suitor for the wedding. And suddenly, as if a black bear had woken up in the middle of his deep slumber, Bagha leapt forward. He found an ox and rode it. It was like watching poetry, a tiger looking for his tigress. In a trembling yet booming voice came the declaration, I propose to make an alliance with Hirani. My father shouted out, 14. It was unheard of. 14 baskets of mahua for a wedding? No, wait, 41. He had upped his price, clearly wanting Bagha to fail and tie a tigress with an ox. 104 was the reply. The entire village was stunned. Where would this boy get 104 baskets of mahua liquor? He collected leaves from the forest and sold them. He hunted and sold meat. He even worked as labor in far-off places. It took him months. But 104 baskets of mahua he had delivered.
For 2 years, forest officers had blocked our access to the forest. They said forest is not our place. It does not belong to us, only the village. It was a hot day. Monsoon was weeks away, and I announced to the whole tribe that we will sneak into the forest and claim what is ours. I had taken care of every single detail except for one. My elder brother, the ox, still wilting in insult from the pain inflicted years ago. He moved to the DFO, the devil from the town who came in his jeep as we were lighting the shrubs on fire. I could not do anything. They say your son fought bravely. He kept lighting the shrubs on fire. And that is when you were surprised to see an outsider asking your begging for help. An outsider can never be a Baiga's friend. He lured your begging, and he gave her your gun. She lifted the gun and fired at your son. And you just stood there like a coward, not having enough courage, deserted by your wife by an outsider. You are the 1000th generation created by Nangi and me. For generations we have lived and died and survived without anybody's help. But today, a change beckons us to claim what is ours.
So I have asked the gods to make the rain erratic, to make the wild species disappear. And then the world will look for our help again and make us the center of the world that we were once. You're the chosen one, Baka. I hereby implore you to give you the blood from my right shoulder, the way I gave it to my son thousands of years ago that gave him the white magic to rule the world to the edge of the world. My father has dyed me red. The tiger is calling us back home.
Mother Earth decides which seed sprouts and which course the river takes. A Begin gets her will from Dhartima. A Begin can leave her Bega and choose another one at will. But can a Bega live without his Begin? Can a Bega bring about an entire revolution and proclaim the rights for his tribe without his Begin? For that reason, and for the reasons of love, if love can be bound by reasons, in this devil's castle, where even the wind needs permission to enter, nothing stops Bagha's magic from sending me sparks and prayers. My body may be the devil's slave, but my soul still lives for Bagha. On that sweltering day, when we were trapped in the burning forest, Bagha and my son were lost and engulfed by thick smoke. The devil wanted to teach his friend a lesson. A Bega woman holds a high place in our tribe, but is ostracized if an outsider violates her. As the devil started to enjoy my humiliation, my son emerged from smoke. The devil's gun silenced him. Bagha leapt from the other side and snatched his gun. And then we saw Mahen appearing from Patal. He looked at me in disgust. I was lying on the forest floor, as bare as Mother Earth. Bagha took aim at the devil, but when he pulled the trigger, the gun was pointing at the ox. The devil's army had started to surround us. Bagha jumped to me, whispered in my ears, and disappeared into the smoke. Centuries of Bagha wisdom had told him that if the villagers came to know that an outsider had violated me, they would scorn me and destroy our entire family. I begged the devil to take me with him. I told him I would live a slave's life. The devil owns me, uses me, abuses me, and life goes on. Like this was how it was supposed to be. One day, my Bagha used to say, one day we will be the lords of the land, just like we were, free. That's what my son had learned in the city. Free. Just like how Bhagwan had created us. Free. And free we will be one day. When the forest will shine bright crimson. When the sun will rise red in the east. When the rain will fall upon us gently. When the bear and tiger will roar in unison. When the river will take the sky in the fold. When we will be all out of our mind's prison. Free. Bagha has sent today's message in a bowl. His Nanga spirit magic had brought back the villagers' trust back in him. His whispers still echo in my ears. His whispers when I was lying down on the floor of the forest. Tiger had to go to lower earth and slay the serpent in his home to get Dharti Ma, to get our freedom. This time, Pagan needs to go to Naga's lower earth to fight like a Shela warrior. One day, today,
Thank you. That was Roshni Datta and Tarosh Rao. And I just wanted to say that thank you so much, audiences. Your encouraging comments are very, very appreciated. Just know that these actors, we don't have a set team, we don't have design team. We can't do this in our socially distanced world right now. So all of this effort that you see has been made by the actors, and they are the ones who have gone and made sure that they can bring us that theatrical experience to the most. So without further ado, we are moving on to Hari and Ramesh Get Flooded in Mumbai. Two Indian engineers, friends, who are physically on the opposite sides of the globe, deal with floods and zombies. Written by Shaswati Talukdar, directed by Piyush Kumar, performed by Aditya Thakur and Arnav Roy. Please have patience as we begin the next performance. Thank you, everybody.
Hey, Ramesh. Hey, how are you? Long time. Hey, you look old. Hey, you look old. You look older than me. Are you on a morning walk? Oh, staying healthy.
Hurry, you gotta help me.
What happened? What's going on?
Mumbai is flooded and we're all going to die.
What do you mean, flooded and you're going to die?
Everyone is dead here. Hurry.
They drowned?
No, the zombies ate them.
Mumbai has zombies? You mean like ghouls?
No, zombies.
Don't be silly. Zombies.
Yeah, why won't you believe me? Let me WhatsApp a video of what's going on here.
Ramesh, this is fake news.
You don't believe me?
Of course I don't.
Why not?
Come on. People tearing limbs off, chopping heads off.
Yeah. The zombies are hungry. They want to eat us. Isn't it obvious?
But mobs barbecuing live people, slashing women for their fetuses. It's too unreal. It's too dramatic. Any idiot can see that.
Wait. You think I'm an idiot? That's it, right?
No, Ramesh, it's not that. It's not what
Then what is it?
Ramesh, you can't believe every WhatsApp forward you get. You have to read these things very carefully. Images can be manipulated.
So I believe things too easily. Huh? Is that it? That I'm easily manipulated? Why don't you just say it, Hari, that you think I'm stupid?
Don't be so sensitive, Ramesh. Of course, I don't think you are stupid. You were better than any of us in school. Always got the highest rank in class.
Yeah. Maybe because I worked harder than all of you.
Yes. You know, my mother used to always say, look at Ramesh. He's so hardworking. He's so passionate. He's so respectful. We hated you for being the model student. Those were the days.
Yeah. Those were the days. Little did I know that I was the biggest fool of all. I mean, I thought if I was hardworking, if I was intelligent, I would make it. Damn right, I was a fool.
No, Ramesh, but you are an engineer now, like you always dreamed of being.
Yeah. An engineer who went to a regional college, a second-tier institution. An engineer whose parents couldn't afford the fancy coaching classes like yours.
It wasn't that fancy.
Oh, it was fancy enough.
Okay, you're the one who called me with this nonsensical story about zombies and floods. I actually never heard from you in years. And now you suddenly call me out of the blue because you need something. What do you need?
To be saved from the zombies.
There are no zombies.
There is an imminent danger to my life. Hurry.
Not from zombies, Ramesh. Come on.
Why won't you believe me?
Because you don't make any sense about anything. Zich, nada.
Oh, I should have never called. I'm so sorry that I called you. I'm such a fool.
What's that? What's going on?
I keep telling you it's those zombies.
Ramesh. Be rational. There are no zombies in India. We only have zombies in the United States. It's a Western disease.
Well, you were exported zombies to India too. Now we have zombies as well.
India has a 12,000-year-old civilization. Hindus don't breed zombies.
You better believe it. We have zombies.
How can that be, huh? India is moving towards realizing its civilizational destiny. Land of the Hindus.
Land of the Hindus. Well, land of the Hindus, now with zombies.
Surely it's a conspiracy.
Conspiracy?
Yes.
Yeah, if you can call flooding a conspiracy. It's a monsoon thing. The virus comes in with the rain, and then the floods, they make it deadlier. And this year it has been worse than usual. The entire country is suffering, Hari.
The entire country is suffering. Ramesh, you're a funny man. But you are so wrong about the country. This is the first time something is being done in 70 years, and it took a Hindu king to do that.
You shouldn't believe everything you read. I mean, the economy is crashing. Unemployment is rampant. The environment is wrecked. And now we have zombies too.
Ramesh, you are so misguided. The GDP is up. Everyone has jobs. Rivers are clean. And now you're coming up with this floods and zombies.
Wait, did you say that we had a king? You're thinking of some other country. We don't have a king. We are a democracy.
Democracy. India doesn't need a democracy. Elections are wasted on a country full of uneducated people.
Oh, and a monarchy will fix it.
A strong leader will. There's no alternative.
So, in the meantime, it's okay that all of us get eaten by zombies.
Arey, the zombies are an invention of the lobby.
What lobby?
The same one that makes you believe you need to wear democracy.
Oh, typical non-resident Indian attitude, huh? Patronizing and bloody arrogant.
I am more the Indian than you. My eyes have opened. You people are still living in those dark ages. You know, it's that Western colonial brainwashing you have received.
Dude, we went to the same schools. That means you were brainwashed too.
I have decolonized myself.
Decolonized yourself? Sitting in San Jose, working for Elon Musk.
Are you being sarcastic, dude? Are you being sarcastic? You know, I send money to the Greater Council for the propagation of the greatest religion.
Of course you do. You bloody dharmic non-resident Indian.
Oh.
For the propagation of the greatest religion.
You see? There are no zombies, Ramesh. It's the good people from the council. Go open that door.
No.
Uncle, open the door. We are here for the food relief.
Abhay, uncle? Who are you calling uncle?
Because you're acting like an old-fashioned, stubborn uncle. Plus, you look older than me.
No. Hari, the danger is not that I sound like an old uncle. The danger is that there are floods out there.
And there are these so-called zombies. But isn't that why you called me? To save you from the zombies.
Yeah, zombies in the flood. But you're not helping matters.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Let me check something for you. Wait a second. Hello? Yeah. The Greater Council for the Propagation of the Greatest Religion. Yes. Can I know something about the Mumbai floods? Yes. I thought so. Yes. I know it's caused by the Western decadence. Yes. But yeah, I mean, you guys are doing relief work, right? So at this moment, you guys are... Wait, Ramesh, where are you located?
I never moved out of my parents' place in Lower Parel.
Oh, in Lower Parel. Oh, okay. So you are there. Can you check on my friend Ramesh? Yeah, I'll message you the address. Yeah, my donation is on the way at the Kingmaker level, like always. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. There you see, Ramesh. My donation dollars at work. Now open that door.
So they're really helping people?
Of course they are. Who answered that door?
Okay.
Ramesh, what's going on? Ramesh, where are you? Ramesh, what happened? Ramesh, tell me. Ramesh?
Thank you. Thank you to Hari and Ramesh. Thank you, guys. We have about 2 more performances left. This upcoming performance is an ensemble piece, Goria. A musical puppet play shows displacement through the eyes of a dark-skinned village girl, Goria, as her visit to the pandemic-ridden urban India pushes her back home again. Directed by Piyush Kumar, created by the ensemble that includes Bhaskar Jha and Shobhit Tandon.
कितना टाइम लगी? बच्चा जन्मने में टाइम लगी है। सब्जी नहीं बना रहे हैं। कबोई की रट लगाए हुए हैं। हाँ बच्चा, और जो लगा ली। हाँ ठीक है। अब बच्चा जब होई तब ये आंगन में पैर धरेंगे। जब देख 8 घंटे से बच्चा नहीं हुआ। ये मोहन देख ले इसका चेहरा। ये कहाँ चली है री? आप लोग गीत गए ना, चुप करो। अरे वाह, हमारी बिटवा, अरे वाह। अरे मोहन, आंखें हैं कि तार के नशे में। लड़की के जन्म पे कब हुआ है रे गीतनाद? ऊपर से कारी है, कारी। क्या हुआ? हम कौन सा दूध के नहाए हुए हैं, जो हमारा बिटवा जो है वो गोरी पैदा होगी। अरे देखिए बरखा भी होने लगी। अरे एक गीत नाद गा दीजिए। अरे वाह, अरे वाह, अरे वाह। क्या नाम सोचे हो लड़की का? इसको हम बुलाएंगे गोरिया। गोरिया, वो तो कारी है। हाँ तो क्या हुआ? हमारी आंखों से ना हमको काला भी गोरा दिखाई देता है। गोरिया रे गोरिया, गोरिया रे गोरिया, गोरिया रे गोरिया। चीची, चीची, चीची आ गई। चीची चल, स्कूल जाने का टाइम हो गया है, चलते हैं। अय्या ए करेठी कहाँ जा रही है हैं?
गोरिया नाम है हमरा। हाँ
पर तू तो कारी है ना रे हैं? हाँ।
एक बात बताओ, तुम्हार अम्मा का क्या नाम है?
पार्वती है। क्यों?
पार्वती, पर वो तो पूतना की तरह दिखती है।
पूतना? हैं? पूतना? हम से मारेंगे। चुची, ये क्या किया?
कहे थे ना तुमसे, बच्चों को कम नहीं आंकना चाहिए। चल चीची चल। अच्छा चीची सुन, स्कूल आ गए हम, शाम को मिलेंगे तुमसे, ठीक है? मास्टर जी, हम अंदर आ जाए?
फिर से लेट, हाथ फिर से लेट। क्यों? चुप चुप चुप। लेट क्यों है?
मास्टर जी वो ना, हम रास्ते में आ रहे थे, हमारे पैर में रोड लगे, वो पत्थर आगे गिरा हमारे सामने।
चलो बात एक मार। बच्चा लोग, आप सभी लोग चलो।
बबलू, क्या करता है तू? डरा दिया ना? चल अब हमारे पीछे पीछे बोल, ठीक है? हाँ। का
ला
सच कुछ भी। पा
सो
ओ अच्छा चल, देख घंटी भी बज गई, हम तुमसे मिलेंगे शाम को आम बाबा के नीचे, ठीक है? आ जाना समय से, चलते हैं। अम्मा लगवाई लो। हाँ
आराम से बेटा।
बस। अच्छा एक बात बताओ अम्मा, आम का अचार नहीं डालोगी? खट्टा खाने का बहुत मन कर रहा है हमरा।
अरे अब तो तेरा बिटुआ हो गया ना, बच्ची हो गई ना तेरी, अब तुझे क्या जरूरत है? आई रे आराम से।
तो क्या बच्चा जमते वक्त ही खट्टा खाते हैं? हाँ?
अरे तेरे हाथ में जादू है रे, वो तो तेरी किस्मत ही फूटी हुई है। आई
हमारी किस्मत को क्या हुआ?
अरे गोरिया के बारे में सोचा है कुछ? है कौन करेगा शादी उससे? है
अरे अभी बच्ची है वो, खेलने कूदने की उम्र है उसकी, उसको पढ़ाऊंगी लिखाऊंगी। तुमको पता है गणित में बहुत तेज है वो, अपने बापू का हाथ बटा लेती है हिसाब में। हाँ
अरे रुक जा, बहुत तेज पेशाब लग गया, रुक आए, हम पेशाब करके आए, रुक जा। आए मैया रे, आए मैया।
प्रिया के बापू, तुम्हारा मुंह क्यों उतरा हुआ है? क्या हुआ?
असल में कीड़े लग गए।
कीड़े? मगर कैसे? अरे तुम तो पेस्टिसाइड डाले थे ना, फिर कैसे हो गया?
अरे हमको नकली दे दिया होगा।
नकली? पर वो राम सजीवन के खेत तो लहला रहे हैं।
वो शहर से लाता है।
किस्मत तुम्हारी दूध से जली हुई है तो सोना कहाँ से बरसेगा? कितनी बार बोले सत्यनारायण भगवान का पूजा करा लो, तो मोहन तुम बात ही नहीं सुनते। क्या बोली बुढ़िया? किस्मत जली हुई हमारी है? अरे हमारी किस्मत की बेटी, हमारी जो बेटी देखना किस्मत की धनी है, जब देखो तब बकवास।
अपने वो लफंडर दोस्तों के साथ पेड़ के नीचे। हम बुला कर लाते हैं उसको। गुड़िया, ए गुड़िया, गुड़िया, चलो चलो सब लोग, दिखाओ दिखाओ क्या क्या लेकर लाए। अरे वाह, इतना सारा सामान, बहुत बढ़िया। तुम भी दिखाओ। ए बबलू, पीछे का छुपा रहे हो तुम? हाँ, आम बाबा, तुम कहते थे ना तुमको हम बच्चों की याद बहुत सताती है, तो देखो हमने फैसला किया है कि हम अपने सारे खिलौने तुम्हारे पास तुम्हारी खोहड़ में छोड़कर चले जाएंगे। तो तुम्हें जब भी हमारी याद आए तुम हमारे खिलौनों से खेल लेना, ठीक है? गुड़िया आई। अच्छा मैं चलती हूँ, ठीक है, फिर मिलूंगी। चल दे। हाँ भैया, एक कोला पकड़ाओ। हाँ बहुत सही। अबे,
क्या भैया है, शर्ट पैंट चश्मा एकदम कैसे?
अरे शहर
शहर भैया, वो जाना कैसे संभव है?
वहां के लिए लगे पैसा।
भैया पैसा तो है नहीं हमारे पास। हमारे पास तो खाली संपत्ति में एक हमारे पास खेती बाड़ी है बस, और कुछ नहीं।
बेच दो। हाँ,
पुरखों की जमीन है, कैसे बेच दे भैया? कोई और जुगाड़ बताइए ना भैया।
अरे तुम समझ नहीं रहे हो, हम तुमको दिखाते हैं, हम साथ में लेके घूम रहे हैं। ये देखो, आज के अखबार में ही निकला है कि हमारे गांव में बड़ी पटरी निकलने वाली है, जिसके लिए सरकार हम लोगों से हमारी जमीन खरीदेगी बढ़िया दामों पर, ठीक है? तो भैया ऐसे मौके दोबारा नहीं आते, ठीक है?
भैया कैसे होगा विकास?
अबे जितनी बड़ी पटरी
हाँ,
उतना बड़ा प्लेटफॉर्म, और
हाँ।
जितना बड़ा प्लेटफॉर्म उतना बड़ा विकास। अबे थोड़ी तो बुद्धि लगा लो। ओए कैंपा ला एक और। हाँ ला पकड़ा। अबे पूरा मुंह पे काम आ दिया बे। लो नोटिस आ गया। हाँ, क्या लिखा है इसमें? इसमें लिखा है आप सबको सूचित किया जाता है कि
मैंने
गांव
बात
के
भी
स्त्री
से
को
किया
गांव
है
के भीतर
टूरू।
ही निकलने वाली रेल की पटरी का निर्माण कार्य है।
पायलिया हो हो।
जल्द ही शुरू होने वाला है। सरकार ने आपकी जमीन के एवज में उसको एक निश्चित राशि देने की घोषणा की है। आम बाबा, सो गए क्या? झूला झूलने का मन कर रहा है।
आज तो तू दिन भर भी कहेगी ना तो भी ये कंधे नहीं दुखने वाले।
ऐसा क्या? पर क्यों?
तेरी विदाई का टेम आ गया है ना बिटुआ।
विदाई का टेम? वो क्या होता है?
अरे जब लड़की विदा होती है ना तो माँ उसके आंचल में दूब धान बांध के विदा करती है। हाँ।
तो फिर तुम क्या दोगे मुझे?
मैं तुझे एक लोरी सुना दूंगा।
अरे वाह, हाँ हाँ, ये बहुत अच्छा है।
ओ निमिया के पेड़ जाने काटी हाय बाबा निमिया बसेरा चिड़ैया हो बेटी के उरेठ बोली बोली जनी ह बाबा बिटिया त जैसे चिड़ैया बिटिया त जैसे चिड़ैया।
रख लिए सामान।
अरे छाती चल चल चल।
ठीक है। अरे एक गुड़िया छोड़ो उसको, छोड़ो, क्या कर रही हो, छोड़ो ये सब।
सब सामान ले लिए।
चलिए चलिए, हाँ रख लिए, हम सारा सामान ले लिए। गुड़िया पर हमारे खिलौने, हमें अपने खिलौने चाहिए, हम ये सारे
शहर
खिलौने
जाके
लेकर
हम तुमको
जाएंगे।
नया खिलौना ला देंगे, चलो।
शहर? अरे
हाँ।
वाह, शहर में तो नया खिलौना मिलेगा, चलो चलते हैं। ए, तुम लोग हमारे बाकी खिलौनों का ध्यान रखना, ठीक है? हम तुमसे मिलेंगे, आम बाबा की खोहड़ में ही रहने देना। गुड़िया चलो जल्दी, देर हो रही है, ट्रेन छूट जाएगी हमारी। सब रख लिया? हाँ ठीक है। वाह, ये सारी चीजें हिल काहे रही हैं? अरे बच्ची, पटरी पे चलने वाली सारी चीजें हिलती हैं। सच्ची? और बापू, ये चंदा मामा भी हमारे साथ शहर जा रहे हैं क्या?
हाँ बिटवा, चंदा मामा भी हमारे साथ शहर जा रहे हैं, तभी तो तुझे नींद आएगी। तू जा,
बापू, तुम एक लोरी गाकर सुनाओ ना।
ए बड़ी जिद्दी है तू, आ मेरे पास। चांद रे कहाँ तक तू जाएगा, बादलों संग तू क्या रह पाएगा, खो जाएगा तू सपनों खेला में, निंदिया तुझे लेके चला जाएगा, निंदिया तुझे लेके चला जाएगा। कश्मीरी गेट, कश्मीरी गेट, कश्मीरी गेट, कश्मीरी गेट, पुरानी दिल्ली, पुरानी दिल्ली, पुरानी दिल्ली, पुरानी दिल्ली, कश्मीरी गेट, 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 पुरानी दिल्ली, पुरानी वैशाली, वैशाली, वैशाली।
नहीं छोड़ना तुम्हारा, ठीक है? बहुत भीड़ है यहाँ पे।
भाई चल रे भैया, जगह कहाँ है देखिए ना। अरे जगह बनाना पड़ा है। अरे चाची, रुको।
हाँ, कितना दूर है यहाँ से?
बस बगल में ही है, चलो।
चलिए चलते हैं, वहीं चलते हैं सीधा।
हाँ चलो चलो। अरे तुम्हारा मुंह का उतरा हुआ है?
अरे बदतमीज लोग हैं यहाँ के, और हमको देख के ऐसा हंस रहा है, हमारा मन कर रहा है हम इनका मुंह बहोर लें।
तुम भी ना एकदम गोरिया की तरह बचकाने करती हो। चलो, अरे नया शहर है, सब ऐसे ही है यहाँ पे, चलो।
चल गुड़िया, चल हमारे साथ, हाथ नहीं छोड़ना, ठीक है? गुड़िया के बापू, क्या हुआ, कुछ पता चला?
4 दिन से फैक्ट्री का चक्कर लगा रहे हैं। हम भैया सब पैसा लेके भाग गए।
गए? अरे वो तो तुमसे लेबर कार्ड का पैसा भी लिए थे, लेबर कार्ड तो बन गया ना तुम्हारा?
नहीं बना।
बापू, बापू, क्या हुआ? वहाँ हमारे साथ यहाँ पे कोई भी गेम नहीं खेल रहा है, हमको यहाँ के गेम आते ही नहीं है। कुछ सब हमको चिढ़ाए जा रहे हैं, कह रहे हैं गुड्डा गुड़िया से खेलो, इससे खेलो। हमको नहीं आती ये सारे खेल, हमको सिर्फ पतंग उड़ानी आती है। बापू तुम हमको 10 रुपए दे दो, हम यहाँ पे सबको पतंग उड़ा के दिखाएंगे, फिर हम बता देंगे हम किसी से कम नहीं है। हाँ
ले 10 रुपए।
अरे वाह। हाँ। अच्छा हम चलते हैं, ठीक है? क्या किए तुम? अरे बात बात पर यूं पैसा निकाल के मत दे दिया करो उसको।
अरे छोटी बच्ची है, मांगी तो दे दिए, क्या दिक्कत है?
अरे पैसा वैसे ही कम है हम लोगों के पास, तुम थोड़ा धीरज रखा करो, ठीक है?
अरे क्या धीरज रखा करे, छोटी बच्चा के पैसा मांगी दे दिए, पैसा है नहीं तो आ जाएगा। तुम हर बात पे झगड़ा करने लगती हो यार।
अच्छा हमको एक बात बताइए, सुनिए ना, बराबर वाली गली में ना बिंदी के हेल्पर की जरूरत है, हम वहां काम कर लें?
भैया को देगा?
अरे वहाँ भाभी के बच्चे भी आंगनबाड़ी में पढ़ते हैं, हम वहीं पर दाखिला करा देंगे, गुड़िया का दोस्त बन जाएंगे, उसकी पढ़ाई लिखाई भी चालू हो जाएगी।
ठीक है,
करा देते हैं।
पक्का
हाँ।
मकान में रह नहीं पाए, पक्का मकान में काम करेंगे। ठीक, चलो देखते हैं कुछ कारण।
चाय लेंगे, चाय बना दे। अरे कहाँ चले गए आप?
हाँ बिरजू,
अरे भैया ले यार।
चलो बताएं तुमको आज हरा के दिखाते हैं।
अरे बहुत सही। ये लो हमारा हुकुम का इक्का फिर से बढ़िया भैया।
ये लो हमारा। फिर जीत गए तुम?
हो गया।
कैसे?
अरे भैया अपना यही हाल है भैया। अरे रुको तुम, हमको पैसा आ रहा है बड़ा तेज यार, सब बातें करके, ठीक है?
इसको मोमो का प्लेट पकड़ लेना एक है, भूख लगी, कुछ नहीं खाए सुबह से।
अरे भैया, अरे क्या कर रहे हो मोहन? अरे खबर नहीं सुनी का? लोन हो गया है, लुक डाउन, देश बंदी हो गई है।
लुक डाउन?
अबे अरे वायरस आ गया है, दिल्ली बंद कर दिया सबको, कहा है घर वापस चले जाओ। चलो 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 चलो, उठो 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 भैया, ताश पत्ते छोड़ो अपने, भागो।
आज रात 12 बजे से संपूर्ण देश संपूर्ण लॉकडाउन होने जा रहा है। हिंदुस्तान को बचाने के लिए, हिंदुस्तान के हर नागरिक को बचाने के लिए, आपको बचाने के लिए, आपके परिवार को बचाने के लिए आज रात 12 बजे से घरों से बाहर निकलने पर पूरी तरह पाबंदी लगाई जा रही है।
देश के हर राज्य को, हर केंद्र शासित प्रदेश को, हर जिले, हर गांव, हर कस्बे, हर गली मोहल्ले को अब लॉकडाउन किया जा रहा है।
सर जौनपुर के लिए 3 टिकट चाहिए।
पीछे हटो, पीछे हटो, 2 मीटर का दूरी रखो बे, क्या करते हो? हाँ अब बोलो।
जौनपुर के लिए 3 टिकट चाहिए सर, हमारे साथ
हाँ तो
बच्ची
3
है।
नंबर काउंटर से मिलेगा, ठीक है? 3 नंबर काउंटर, चलिए निकलिए।
सर हमको एक टिकट दीजिएगा, जाना है हमको जौनपुर। सर टिकट, सर एक टिकट, हम खड़े होकर चले जाएंगे।
तुम्हारे साथ 3 लोग हैं, एक टिकट में नहीं होगा, सबको बिठा कर भेजना है, सरकार का आदेश। आगे निकलो, चलिए आगे, आगे चलिए।
सर जौनपुर के लिए कोई बस बची है क्या?
नहीं कोई बस नहीं बची है, नहीं है नहीं है नहीं है, आगे बढ़िए चलिए।
अरे सर जाना बहुत जरूरी है, बताइए कुछ कैसे जाए?
काम करिए, हमारी बात मानिए, सीधा के सीधा पूरा हाईवे, सारे लोग पैदल चलकर जा रहे हैं, अपना बढ़िया बच्चा उठाइए और पैदल निकल जाइए, यही सबसे सही रास्ता है।
सर बहुत बहुत दूर है, मर जाएंगे सर पैदल चलते चलते।
अबे चलो बे, साइड हटो।
चलो साथी, पैदल चलना पड़ेगा। पैदल पूरे रास्ते का?
नहीं, रास्ता नहीं है, चलो सूटकेस के ऊपर रखो गुड़िया को और चलो। हाँ बेटा।
आओ भाई, आओ 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 आओ, लाइन लगाओ, चलो सबके सब इधर। हाँ हाँ, आओ आओ। हाँ भाई, कौन कौन है इधर? अरे वाह, बहुत सही बहुत सही। चलिए आइए, खड़े होते जाइए सारे के सारे यहाँ पे। ये तुम्हारे साथ है, तुम्हारी बच्ची है ये?
जी साहब, हमारी बेटी है।
हाँ, लग तो नहीं रही है, बड़ी कारी सी है ये तो।
नहीं नहीं, हमारी बेटी है, हमारी बेटी है साहब।
गोरिया नाम है हमरा।
अच्छा। एक सेकेंड। हाँ जी जनाब, बिल्कुल ठीक है, इन सबका सैनिटाइजेशन बिल्कुल। चलो भाई, सारे के सारे लाइन से यहीं पे बैठ जाओ। हाँ, इनका सबका शुद्धिकरण करना है, ठीक है? हाँ, छिड़को छिड़को, आंखें बंद, कान बंद, नाक बंद, मुंह बंद, सारे छेद बंद करके बैठ जाओ यहीं पे, और जोर से बोलना है, गो कोरोना, कोरोना गो। चलो छिड़को भाई, गो कोरोना, कोरोना गो। चलो चालू हो जाओ।
गो।
हाँ, आंखें बंद करो बे।
बेटा आंखें बंद कर ले।
बापू।
हाँ बेटा, आंखें बंद कर बेटा।
बाबू आंखें चल रहे हो।
गो कोरोना, कोरोना गो। अरे जोर से बोल बे। हाँ चल भाई, खड़े हो खड़े हो खड़े हो। हाँ हाँ, हो गया हो गया हो गया, सब हो गया। चलो निपटो। अब इधर रुकना नहीं कहीं बीच में, सीधा गांव जाके रुकना, और गांव से बाहर निकलना नहीं है, ठीक है?
जी जी जी।
चल
आ बेटा।
बहुत खूब, बहुत बढ़िया।
सफेद सफेद जान सूख गई है हमारी।
हमारे भी। अरे पूरा पैर में छाला पड़ गया, कुछ दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है।
ना आदमी है ना आदमी की जात का कुछ पता है।
लगता है बाढ़ में सब बह गया रे। हाँ
बापू, माई।
हाँ बेटा।
पता है, हमसे चीची ने एक बार कहा था कि अगर हम उसको आवाज दें तो वो हमको रास्ता बताने के लिए आ जाएगी। हम उसको आवाज दें? चीची।
कुछ ही बोलती।
अरे हम देते हैं ना आवाज।
हम देख के आते हैं।
चीची, चीची। वो देखो चीची आ गई। चीची, हम तुमको कितना याद किए। तो अब तुम हमें हमारे गांव वापस ले चलो, हमारे घर। माँ वो देखो, गांव, हमारा गांव, और पूरे आम बाबा का पेड़ भी है। हम जा रहे हैं आम बाबा के पास। हाँ, आम बाबा। देखो हम वापस आ गए। पता है, हम शहर से आ रहे हैं, चल के, पैदल, वो भी। हमारे पैर में छाले भी पड़े हैं। हाँ माँ, अब हम गांव छोड़कर कभी नहीं जाएंगे ना? बापू, अब हम गांव छोड़कर कभी नहीं जाएंगे ना? पापा, अब हम तुमको छोड़कर कभी नहीं जाएंगे। हमारे सारे खिलौने भी यहीं पर हैं। बाबा, थक गए हैं थोड़ा, एक लोरी सुना दीजिए।
उड़ उड़ जाए है सवेरे चिड़ैया, रह जाए निमिया केला, बिटिया जई है जे अनका के घरवा, सुन हुई है अंगना दुअरवा हो, बिटिया तो जैसे चिड़ैया, बिटिया तो जैसे चिड़ैया, बिटिया तो जैसे चिड़ैया.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Goria cast. Thank you so much. Okay, our final performance of this festival. Thank you, Bhaskar. Okay, our final performance for this festival, ladies and gentlemen, is The Legend of the Bone Swallower. It's a play written by Drishna Kalita, based on the true story of Stork's sister Purnima Devi, who is in our audience this evening. She has been awarded worldwide for her conservation efforts. Legend of the Bone Swallower shows her efforts to mobilize rural women in India's northeastern state of Assam to save the greater adjunct stork and its habitat. This piece is directed by Piyush Kumar, and the performers are as follows: Komal Khanna, Nitika Goyal, and Tarosh Rao. So give us a few moments. Please have some patience and we will begin.
The greater adjutant stork, one of India's most unusual bird species. This ungainly scavenger is unlikely to win any popularity contests. Considered a bad omen by some, a disease-carrying pest by others, this beleaguered stork has been systematically persecuted throughout India. The ill will towards greater adjutants is so strong, their nesting trees are often cut down and their food sources poisoned. This is a bird in desperate need of an image change.
Hey! Hey, Pradeep! Pradeep! Hey, Pradeep, what are you doing? Why are you cutting down these trees? Pradeep, are you listening?
I am going to cut down these trees. These damn birds spreading filth and disease everywhere. Ah! Ah!
Hey! Hey, don't cut these trees!
They have turned my backyard into a dirty yard. Look at all this filth. I must cut this tree. So these birds, they fly elsewhere and leave me alone.
It's the same with my courtyard also. These Hargila nests are teeming with babies. They do make a mess. But cutting the tree down is very, very cruel, I'm telling you.
Cruel. Isn't it cruel that these birds, they don't give me a moment's peace in my own house? Huh? Cruel.
Yes, these birds are a bit noisy. I know. But what about the humans? We are even noisier. And yes, yesterday night I could hear your TV on its full volume. And I can tell which channel you were watching, Should I tell this to everybody? Should I tell this to everybody?
Cracking jokes, huh? Ha 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 ha. But you wouldn't be laughing when these birds bring their ill luck upon you. Everybody knows that Hargila is a bad omen, brings bad luck. These dirty birds eating diseases, filthy animals. Oh, I despise them. Are you waiting for something bad to happen? Huh?
Pradeep, what is wrong with you? Why are you cutting this tree? Can't you see there are nests on it? Pradeep, stop immediately. Look at how the birds are flapping about in distress. If you don't stop, the tree will fall and hurt all the baby Hargilas or even kill them. You need to stop, Pradeep.
There you are, Miss Hargila Badyu, with your lectures. Don't you see? These birds have made my backyard so dirty. Will you come and clean it up every day? And what will happen if I fall sick, huh? Are you also going to pay the doctor's fees then?
Pradeep, this is nonsense and you know it. Why are you still clinging to all these baseless superstitions? These birds are not evil. They don't bring illness. In fact, the rotting dead animals that these birds eat are what will bring the illness to us. Pradeep, you need to understand what I'm saying.
I understand it all. I know. You have some hidden motive. I know. You must be running for the next elections or something, right?
Yes, I do have a hidden motive. Yes.
What?
What?
See, I told you, and I told everybody else, that Hargila Badyu is rounding up all the women, and she is hatching up some sinister plan. Now, you have just admitted to it. So come on, come out with it.
My hidden motive is to remind everyone of the promise we made to the storks.
What promise did we make? What promise?
We don't make any promise. Huh? What are you talking?
I don't remember any promise. Adjacent to the Bola Lake is a beautiful village named Ratanpur. People from far-flung areas flock to Ratanpur to see the annual Basant Mela. So, a week before the festival starts, the villagers, they prepare the fields, they make the tents and make the makeshift stalls and tents. But one time, a week before the festival was to begin, the villagers found 2 dead cows lying in the venue. Oh, they were creating such a horrible smell that it was impossible to even stand near them. Oh, so the village headman, he asked some of the people to please remove these dead cows from the field. Ah!
Grandpa, how can we remove these stinking, rotting, dead animals? It is impossible even to stand near them. I'm going home.
Yes, it's impossible.
Oh, bad luck.
Then I must find a solution myself. I want the 2 of you. Yes. I want the 2 of you to come with me to the jungle. Oh, Lord of the forest! Oh, King of the jungle! I have come here to seek your help.
What is it that you need, Chief?
As you know that every year, we villagers organize a Pasant Mela in our village. But this year there are 2 dead cows lying dead on the venue. We will be very grateful if you could come and eat those cows and make the venue available for us.
But we are tigers, and tigers eat fresh prey for food. We don't eat dead animals. You can go to the jackal. They eat dead animals.
And so, the village headman, he thanked the tiger and he found the jackal. The jackal, after listening to the headman's request, said, well, we do eat the dead animals, yeah. But we do not eat stinking, rotten, dead flesh. You! No, go away! Listening to this, the village headman got very dejected. And he started asking people, what is to be done? What is to be not done? Oh. And there was a huge bone swallower lying perched on a tree nearby. He listened to all the conversations the village headman and the people were having. So he flew down the forest and sat near the headman. Who are you?
I am the bone swallow. I heard about your problem and want to help you. But I have a few conditions for this.
What are the conditions?
Your village is near the polar lake. And there are stars and very tall trees. Am I right?
Yes, but what is the connection of that to you?
There is a connection. My family and I will eat the entire place. We will clear up the dead carcasses. However, you have to promise that you will not cut down the trees like Simonu, Sotiana, and Kadam. You also have to promise that you will not destroy our eggs.
That is a very simple request. On behalf of all the villagers, I promise you that we will not destroy the forest or cut down your trees or nests.
That is good to hear. That is really good to hear. You can return to your village without any worry. We will do the work today only.
And soon enough, a flock of bone swallowers, they flew down the village and started eating up the dead cows. And within no time, they finished eating up both the dead cows. And the next day, when the villagers arrived, they found the venue to be clean and devoid of any foul smell. So, with a lot of joy and happiness, they began preparing for the festival. It was organized on a full moon. It was a grand success, and there was a lot of festivity and celebration all around.
Meanwhile, all the Hargilas started building their nests on the tall trees in the village. And they lived there peacefully, eating all the dead carcasses, insects, and fish from the lake. But years passed, and several generations came after the village headman, who had given his word of assurance to the storks. And people just completely forgot about the promise made to them. All the tall trees were cut down for timber and firewoods. All the forests were destroyed for us humans. And the nests were all destroyed and they were all chased away. And we just completely forgot about the favor that was done on us and the promise that we made to them. It was all forgotten.
But see, the greater adjutant stock has kept its promise to the humans to this day also. And yes, they still eat and clean up the dead carcasses and keep the environment clean.
That's true.
Dog sister, you saved me from committing a grave crime today. Thank you for reminding us of the great promise.
It's all right, Pradeep. It's just that people are not aware. It's not your fault. I have lived among these birds since I was a child. And trust me, they never harm anyone. They're not evil. In fact, they help us. They help us keep the village clean. And what do they ask in return? They just ask for a little space in our courtyard. That's all.
Yes. So for all these Hagilas, all us village women will organize Panchamrit so that their eggs hatch safely. And yes, today we will make a promise that we will not harm the Hagila anymore. And yes, we will make the Hagila the part of our community from now onwards. Right?
Yes, yes, Stock Sister. Stock Sister, I am with you. And we will also remember our great promise this time.
Yes, this time we will remember the promise. And this is a great idea. We should meet in the evening and start the preparations. What do you say? Yes?
Yes,
Yes,
of course.
let's all be
So,
Coming to your house. Is your TV on?
I will see to it. Sorry.
Okay, see you. See you. Bye.
See you at 5. Bye.
किस शहर में हो तुम? किस देश में? देश के
Systematically persecute nesting tree. The food sources point.
Thank you all. Thank you so much. And I just wanted to draw attention to the fact that Purnima Burman is there in our audience today. And now we're going to move on to a little bit of a talk back. So thank you everyone who has come here today. We will allow you to unmute yourselves as audiences. You can mingle with us, you can talk to us, and I would just request the writers to show your video. Just get on the turn on your camera so that we can have a little chat with you. Any creators that are here or the writers, I know you guys are here, so I will make sure and just promote you to being a panelist, and let's have a little bit of a chat. And to everybody who was here today, I just wanted to say that you have, because of buying the ticket or being able to see this show, you will have the links to see the UK and the US shows as well. So please keep that in mind. Those are at their 7 p.m. So UK 7 p.m. you get to see the UK show. US California time 7 p.m. you get to see the California show, and you must check them out. They're really great programs, and more stories of environmental justice and social justice. We can never have enough. So we hope to see you there. So congratulations to all the artists and creators here in the India program. Rest, we will let's just have a little bit of a chat. Let's see what we are, let's talk, exchange ideas, and that will be our program for today. Thank you. Hello, can we see Dr. Hara? It's I'm a fan of Dr. Hara, you know. You have to see him. Should meet him.
Thank you.
So please introduce yourselves, everyone. I see the wonderful cast of Goria. Great job.
I'm Dr. Hara, and this is the idiot who created me.
Hello, I'm just trying to start everyone's video so we can maybe talk a little bit and just say hello to one another before we have to go. I'm hoping that Lisa is here, who is the co-founder of Same Boat Theatre Collective. She is the one who has started the festival along with the collective, and I'm so happy that she created this opportunity for us. So Lisa, if you're here, please let us see you.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, there you are in the center.
Thank you.
Yay. Can everyone? Yeah.
Super and I always talk at the same time. I'm just touched by all the creativity and talent, and yeah, just so happy.
Oh, Miss Purnima ji, you are here. How are you? Oh, let me ask you to unmute yourself. There you go. Oh, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Purnima ji, we can't hear you.
Unmute, please.
I've just unmuted. Oh, Pete, thank you so much for your comments. Thank you, Amitsa.
Yeah, the Same Boat team is here with you from San Francisco.
That's so early for them, and they're here. We appreciate it. Thank you, Same Boat. I just want to say really quickly that a lot of the props and the items, especially like I know Dr. Hara was created by recycled and materials. Is that right, Varun? And that's just I find that fascinating because we're just like wondering at how beautiful the puppet is. It's just its own personality. So thanks for bringing him and all the work that people have done, like Roshni's backdrop and Tarosh's, the smoke and everything, beautiful. These are things you did. And of course, Goria Cast did so many things that were just, I didn't think it were possible, in Zoom. So thank you, everyone. I'll let the writers speak. I'll let Piyush speak. Oh, wow, Purnimaji has the Hargila hat. Look at that.
How does that make the video work? I don't know.
Oh yeah, I'll make your video work. 1 second. I don't know why it isn't. Hold on.
I'm trying to use Zoom.
Okay. Lisa, I'm not able to get Shaswati to have her
Shaswati.
video.
Oh, let me try. Chat participants.
You guys can unmute yourself and talk, you know, if you're not able to.
Yeah, I'm able to unmute myself. It's just the, I don't know.
No, I just meant everyone else is also, okay.
On behalf of the Same Boat Theater Collective over here in San Francisco in USA, it's bright and early, 9-10 a.m. for us, but I just want to say this is so beautiful, and I see familiar faces like Roshni and Piyush, and everybody is so excited and proud here. As someone who with Indian background, so excited to see India represent in like full force. It's so moving. So thank you for your work. It's really beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mitsa.
Yeah, Mirza. Thank you. Excited for the US show now.
Yeah.
Thank
you. We have a high standard to meet. Every one of the shows is different. Like yours is so vibrant and with so many colors and creativity. And, you know, the England show is very poetic, I think. And the United States has got a lot. It's big.
Everyone.
Cool.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Purna.
Hi,
We
Lisa.
can hear you. Hi. Yeah.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, can you hear me now? I'm sorry. I connected with a different device. I was not audible, although I unmuted. So I'm so sorry for that. So now I have changed my device, and from my phone I'm here. Yeah. Thanks a lot. It was such an honor. And it's such an honor that you included our Hargila bird into your show, and I can't thank you enough. And I had goosebumps, and yeah, I felt, yeah, I wept also. And I can't thank you enough. Thanks a lot. And it's like, I know it's so important topic. All the topic that I watch under environmental justice, and I'm sure we have already set the wall. And yeah, I'm really looking forward. And many thanks to Lisa and Shubhra and all directors and the actors. And I really like to see Purnima in this play. Oh my God, I'm really and the girl who was acting the Hargila. Oh my God, and the tree cutter and everyone. Actually, you were such an amazing group. I'm really honored to be a part of this, and I would like to spread this message to to everywhere wherever I can. And thanks a lot for everything. And yeah, thank you so much. Please come to see our work. Sometimes I have been working with more than 10,000 women and their families. We are empowering them, Hargila, as Hargila Army. Our women is a voice of rural, they are Hargila Army. It means a voice for the bird, and all our rural women, they are basically homemakers. And yeah, we are working with them, and it's very tough to work with people, but it's such a joy, and it's such a learning platform, and we are trying to do as much as our best. And yeah, please come to see our work sometimes. I'd love to share.
You sent us you sent me a link to a documentary that had been made on you. Is that correct? I just didn't have time to look. So
Yeah, it was done by Cornell University. I sent a documentary to you. It was done by Cornell University, and at the same time, there was another film by Bedi Brothers, which is a long documentary. I'll send to you the link, and that name is the Stork Saviors, and the Stork Saviors already got lots of attention from all corners, and I got lots of attention from policymakers, especially. With this film, Stork Saviors, and it was a finalist in, I think, Jackson. While I don't have much knowledge about film festivals, but the filmmaker shared with me about that. And yeah, if I get an opportunity with all of you, I'd like to screen it sometimes near future, or I would invite you if we have a screening. Yeah.
that would be great. I'd love to hear more about your work. And I know that you tell stories, like Hindu stories, to reach the women. And Yeah, I'd love to be like you, you know, to tell stories to people and reach them.
Thank you so much. Storytelling is such a strong tool actually for conservation. It's really so important. It's really very strong, you know, on for environment education. Yeah. So I also got today lots of ideas and which we'll incorporate into our work when I was watching all of your shows and all. Yeah. So hats off to all of you. All of you. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank
So
you, ma'am. Your work is very inspiring. Thank you. I'm honored to play you in the play. And the whole team was very excited once we started researching about your work. And we feel so proud that you do this. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. It means a lot. I am myself very honored and humbled. You know, and we are a team now. And please be in touch with me. You can see my hargila here. This puppet. We have many hargilas like this. Yeah, we wear this and dance in the paddy fields with our women. Yeah, so it's really very amazing. You can come and see sometimes. Yeah,
Definitely.
so we are a team now, and I would love to be in touch with all of you. I'll drop my email ID and all, and my phone number and all. We'll be in touch.
That would be
Thank
great.
you.
Yo,
Thank you.
that's so sweet of you. Thank you.
Dhanendra is there. I just want to say, you have you. I love your theater, and it's such a beautiful setup you have over there with the sun and the clouds and the moon. Very nice. So you know, we are lucky that we can get, you know, even in Zoom, we were able to see like a theater performance. So that was very nice. Yeah, and. I hope we all keep collaborating, and I hope that that's what I think. It would be so great if people get to know each other and collaborate with each other. Now that you have been able to do it across so much distance, I'm sure better things will come out of it as time goes on. So
I want to hear about Dhanendra's activism, if he could. We've seen him as a theater artist, most definitely, but I want to hear about what he does, you know, for the environment. With the mic on?
Dhanendra, we can't hear you.
Can you repeat?
Yeah, now, but it's very faint.
Okay.
Mm.
Can you repeat the question? I didn't hear.
Well, I want to know what you do, your work for the environment, your environmental activism.
Okay. I think I need this headphone or something. Hello, can you hear me
Yes,
now?
better. Yes, yes.
Yeah. So basically, I am in a Balaghat, and here there is a one forest, with 3-kilometer forest, which basically it was a reserve forest kind of a thing, and then they government and everyone wants to make a road widen, and it's a very close to the river, so the lots of norms is not taking care. So we started a movement where kind of creating people aware about that, because they said it's only 450 trees they are going to chop it, but it's not only 450 trees, because it's a kind of a forest, and there were small trees also, and if you're going to destroy that, then after that there is a after effect, and nobody is going to assess that. And basically river is hardly, because there is norm also where when you have a 200 meters minimum limit that you cannot build anything near the river, but somewhere it's not even a 20 meter, but they are creating a road over there, and it's like chopping the trees. So we started one small movement where like trees are required for the environment. When we had a talk on this, some people, it's a very strange thing that if you're going to chop the 400 trees, because Balaghat, I belongs to Balaghat, and Balaghat is so much forest, so 400 trees is not going to harm any on the Balaghat environment. So that kind of a talk people has, and that because they wanted to grow, they wanted to become like a big cities, to create यहाँ रोजगार and employment के लिए, they wanted to create factories and this and that. So this kind of a thing which we are trying to give them, like the world which we
they don't have a plants and trees, and Balaghat still is a kind of a reserve forest because we have a Kanha National Forest, Pench National Park. It's very close by. Tadoba is there. But now when people wants to grow more, they are not taking care of the environment which we have, and the whole world which they don't have, and they have missed that thing. Now coming back to the in this thing that we have to plant trees and reserve trees and forests. So through our activities, we are just trying to create this awareness. So we started that, and still we are fighting with the, sometimes it's like legal thing also. So that we are doing it here, creating awareness about the environment. And with this play, which we wanted to do this, because most of the time what happens is like when we are giving them a message, like this is the story, this has to be, the environment needs to be saved and all. So many time in rural, and they said, खाना किधर है, हमको वो चाहिए पहले, पर्यावरण and all that, because so many stories when we like एक जो बैगा नंगा बैगा वाला एक कहानी था, it's almost like the same, that people living in the forest but they don't have a control on the forest, or because पूरा जीवन उनका, the whole the livelihood was on the forest, but now they are completely thrown out of the forest, and they are not, their life, they have to serve for the survival, they have to work as a laborer outside, and then like because they were, I found it, the tribals, they were the main people who knows how to grow forest and live with that. And we should understand that. So we are just trying, not giving the message. So with this play, what we are trying to give them, that we are not just the people who are coming and giving you lectures that the environment needs to be saved, this needs to be done, that needs to be done. With this thought, we can create whatever we want, like bread and butter, and what is our requirement. So we are going with this, like today we did one show, and with this we are going to plant a one tree. So every show, every tree plantation, we are going to start with that. So we are going maybe in a village or the small ward or somewhere, and then we perform and then plant a tree. So give them a message like, okay, we are not just coming and giving you lectures, we are the people with you, and we just wanted to do something. And with this, what we are trying, one more thing, we're not planting a small tree, we are planting almost like 11 feet kind of a tree, which we can bring it with us, and we can plant it so it can survive very easily. Because a small trees, sometimes you need a more needs to be more take care and everything. So if we are planting a big tree, it takes 4 to 5 months to take care of that tree, and then later on it survives its own. So the chances of growing that kind of a tree is more. So we are just working on the sustainable kind of a atmosphere, and this kind of a stuff we're trying with this. So yeah.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Amazing, Dharendra. More power and strength to you for this work. Really amazing, inspiring. Thank you.
Okay, there's a question. There's a question from your cast member, Piyush. How did you manage to direct so many plays in such a short span of time and do such an amazing job for each one? Did you get any sleep for the last 2 weeks? You are a super. I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because it's true, and we are.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we are in the same page actually. It's like almost like same boat. We are on the same boat.
We're in the same boat.
So it was, yeah. Oh, yeah, it was like almost like no sleep kind of thing. I was totally like my schedule is really totally like when I'm eating, when I'm sleeping, even I don't know that, because I never said no to actors. Whenever they wanted to meet, I said yes. If they wanted to meet in the 7 a.m. in the morning, I said yes. And if they wanted to meet 11 p.m. in the night or 12 p.m. in the night, I said yes. So yeah, that's how we managed all those plays, because also the tough part was like they all actors from different reason. So that was really amazing. Also, I know the script wise also, if you for me ever like challenging part was like how I should give a different taste for all the script rather than just sitting and reading. So that's how I always, while reading the script, I developed some, the visual idea how we are going to, add into this script and this script and this script. So that's how, I was like figuring out that, like after doing the rehearsal also, and actors were so giving. So they created their own background and stuff. So whatever I asked them to do this, can you do this? They were like, yeah, I can. Oh, sorry. So yeah, that was really, they were really, kind of giving actor. So that's make my job easy actually. So that thanks to them actually. And thanks to you, Hirani. Um, Roshni, thanks to you. So yeah, that's how we managed to work on this. And I just really want to know the writers, if writers are want to, share something about like, I don't know, because I felt also like somehow I was a little, afraid or scared, like how I'm going to give satisfaction or justice to the script. So that was really my worried about the script part only, how I'm going to justice if writer will like, oh, my vision was different and now you created like this. So that kind of scary moment always, I'm still scared that writers are there, so I'm feeling a little nervous how they will treat me, like so I really want to know from their side actually. And because each of you like written in differently, it was so beautifully written in terms of like visual, and everything was there in the script. So that was really easy, make my job easy to direct all, i mean all 5 plays into like, 4 plays for the India. Yeah. So that was really, so that was my thing actually, I would say. So yeah, thanks to you guys, writers, actors, and same boat like Lisa, Shubhra, everything, everybody like really supported. So that's how like this thing was really easy for me also. So I, after like this much direction, I'm still smiling. So it was not just my effort, they also like supported. So it's like everything is almost community working together, that's really helped to grow each other. So it was, yeah. And their actors idea also, how they wanted to do their, because for me it was really always like hearing to the actor makes my job easy, what they want to do. So I'm just really supporting them. See, okay, I want this, I can see this. So this is not just theater. On Zoom we are doing not just theater or film, so it's between theater and film, something we have to, because we are just playing in one frame. And one frame, how are you going to show your emotion without moving your camera? Because it's not like zooming in, zooming out. You have to zoom in and you have to zoom out. That's how physicality you can give. Background also, sometime background didn't work, so that's, some of actor like they create a real background, almost like a jungle in the back or some kind of village. So you can see still Roshni's background, you can see she created those background. So that was really amazing actually for me. And Tarosh also created that. And so everybody like did like Bhaskar, all the actors, Shobit, and Aditya also, like how he created with the one, Hari and Ramesh flooded in Mumbai, the camera bit angles, it is the selfie they're talking, it's like almost like a real video call. So that's how we thought like ideas and technicality, how going to move forward with all the script and we can do justice. But I really want to hear from the writers actually, how they felt. So which is really important for me also to know the feedback from writers actually. So yeah.
I thought it was an interesting choice. You had Ramesh sort of moving around, like he's sort of scared because, I pretty much thought of it as kind of being kind of like static. And I sort of like that. I enjoyed watching that choice. I hadn't sort of really thought of it that way, but, it made a nice contrast to the other character. So that was good because, the one thing I was like always scared of is like they sort of have similar backgrounds. They're both, sort of these like engineers. And I was afraid that, I hope they don't sound too much the same. And how do you distinguish the two characters? So I thought that was an interesting visual choice that you made.
Didn't that come out of necessity? Like one of the actors didn't have a computer. That's what so he just had the phone. So then Piyush decided, well, let's use that.
It's a good choice, yeah.
Yeah, it is actually. It actually gave a sort of variety also as a visual interface for us as an audience. It really gave me I was like whatever we were watching were like in the fixed screens, but here the actor was moving, so it was creating a live experience. It was more lively, and I thought it was a really amazing choice as a director and as an actor also. He was also very, and the moment the mobile dropped down and that guy coming
He gets eaten by the zombies.
yeah, that was really amazing. I mean, that all those
Yeah,
really
thank you for reminding, Bhaskar. Yeah, you complete. So I really want to know from Shashwati that last bit, like I did, like that Tilak thing. I don't know that was my choice actually. So if you can disagree with that.
Yeah,
But
I never
really
scripted that, but like, hey, I mean, that's. I was like. I just want everybody to know, and if anybody's spying on this, I didn't script that. It was all him. मैंने कुछ नहीं किया.
They was really good. That was really good human being. Okay, they were smiling and give you, okay, Raj Tilak, I'm doing this. Smiling. It's not like devil face.
I'd love to hear from Varun and Sharad Shat. I don't know how to pronounce your name, about your puppet.
Shad. That's okay.
Sharad.
Shad.
Shad.
Shad. That's okay. Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
do you want to start or should I start? Or you would...
Yeah, you should start. I'll get along.
Dr. Hara, is he a regular character?
Well,
Yeah.
this is a work in progress, and it started about 3 years ago, and it started because there was a situation where we were looking at plants and botany, and since the person who has made me was a botanist and is also a puppeteer, that's how the project started. And so we went to the Hansraj College and spoke to the botany professors and went back into all those scientific experiments. And so Dr. Hara is actually a botanist who creates spaces for plant refugees. Now you might say, what are plant refugees? Well, when the global climate is changing, then the plants can't live in their natural habitat anymore. So they need to go to another place. And so that is the plant refugees. And so various performances began. Then, of course, we met Shad, and he is a poet. And as 2018 ended, we realized that the plant world and the human world, at least the human world, which was not part of what we call the mainstream, had similar resonances. And so it was interesting to see the darkness in the roots of the plants and the darkness in the heart and life of the poet, caused due to various situations in the world. And so this work began to take this different turn. So it's kind of a poet has poetry and a plant has flavors, and bringing those concepts together, we're still in the process. The working title of this is Dark and Delicious. So we kind of adapted this. We're still discovering a lot of things about performing in front of a camera and in isolation. But actually, if we go back to the original script, it's kind of predicted a situation like this, which would be a kind of global, everybody would just be at a standstill. So we're still finding our feet. It's literally like I think, Shad, we've fallen into our performance and now we're too scared
Exactly, exactly. So basically, when we have started, we were like, oh, what to do now? So I didn't know about the puppetry initially. And I think I still don't know anything about it, but I'm learning. But I just fell in love with the puppets. I mean, which Varun makes, and I was like, oh, this is really good and amazing. And the combination of acting and puppetry, it's really takes you to different places in just a blink. And we started, collaborating. We started writing the script, and then so basically this pandemic, it's now, I mean, it happened since March or Feb or before that, but since we started in 2018, I mean, the show took its place naturally, and it was like this only. That the script is going to be like that. Yeah, there would be pandemic, and there would be this, and there would be like circumstances like that. So yeah, you're right that we are in our script right now. So basically,
Yeah.
I write poetry, not poetry, but couplets according to the situation what I feel. Sometimes I write. So we used puppetry, acting, and we used it in a script, and we are still trying to find our feet, as Varun said. And we have performed at various places in Delhi and Gurgaon, but not much because then
we had a
pandemic happened and lockdown.
Yeah, the third performance and we were locked down. So there are lots of different plants that also speak, and they're different flavors, etc. But we're finding this space with Dr. Hara first, who's the main guy. And now I think we'll have the guts to understand this performance as our very safe space, because we're kind of enjoying it also. Don't need to kind of really go out to work with people who are constantly asking very strange questions.
Wow, there's so much
Yeah.
work going on in India. I mean, I didn't know. It seems like
Yeah.
the most, focused on the environment. The pieces were people. Are you there still? Oh, there you are. People. So I think Piyush had asked for some feedback, and we can give that. And also, I wanted to know what brought you to write Tiger. Tiger is our brother. Earth is our mother. I guess you need to turn your mic on.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So first of all, thanks for giving me this opportunity to be part of your festival. And first, let me take Piyush's question. So yeah, Piyush, thanks a lot. I think you did a really great job. The script was long. I was trying to, write it in 20 minutes, but I couldn't. And Shubhra, worked with me to reduce it. I think you did a great job by, chopping the right pieces and fit within the time. And I really liked two things. One is the backdrop that actors had created. Is really good. I was very skeptical on how this is going to work on Zoom. I had, really not very high expectation, because Zoom is a very, very limited, scope that you have for doing something very creative. I think, you did a great job with the background and with the smoke and all that, and, trying to really recreate what you could actually do on stage. So a little bit of that. So that was really great. And also I liked the ending where you brought the two together on one screen. Right, so that was a really great idea, great choice. So Lisa, coming back to your question, I think we heard Dhanendra, right, because he comes from Balaghat, which is very close to where Baigas live, right, and in that area, all the tiger reserve forest, right. So the government has been declaring all these forests as reserve forest. Right, and what that means is people who are native habitants of those forests are actually pushed out, right? And their practices of agriculture, their practices of sustained living and their practices of how to live with the environment, where they consider Earth as their mother, and they say you cannot cut her, right? If you do something that basically harming your mother, and so we are, when I say the system is trying to teach them how to live the modern way of living, whereas we ought to learn from them how to live with and around Mother Nature, right? So that was a great theme. So when I started researching into the topic, I was so deeply moved by the practices that they have that they can teach us, yet they are oppressed and prosecuted and driven out of the very forest that they have been living all this while. So just wanted to present their story, and that's what I do. I'm a traveler. I go meet people, experience what they are going through, and then try to write them into stories and share their stories.
Thank you. That's wonderful. Wonderful work to do to tell those stories. And David Malia, your piece was originally more of a fantasy, and you sent it to it. I mean, the house, the homemaker was like she had she was just going off into these great, like she became a superhero, and then we said, well, let's make it a little more relevant. So now she became a superhero for being practical. But I was wondering, is this based on true experience?
Yeah. To begin with, I mean, my deepest thanks and a shout out to all the writers, directors, actors here for their wonderful work. Actually, I am right now based in Bahrain, and I mean, this was basically for India, and I was, always following the development of the pandemic over, I mean, the media, I mean, in touch with my friends. And when the topic came up for this particular play, I zeroed it on misinformation as a pandemic, because things, I mean, fake news, rumors, grapevine flying thick and fast, and it makes a great, setting to base a character on. And still, I mean, I mean, the play which I had written, it was just a skeleton, and I feel Yusuf Niazi, the director, and Prerna did an amazing job. Uh, I mean, Yusuf Niazi, it's like putting the flesh and bones on a skeleton, and Prerna like breathing life into it. It was amazing. I mean, fascinating work.
Thank you, Dave. It truly was. I think a lot of the lines kind of resonated with me because we've all lived through this in India, and we've seen the progression of, how the virus panned out and what people believed in the beginning, and of course, misinformation continues to, filter through thanks to WhatsApp. So it really was very, very relevant and something that really I think needed to come to light. So thank you for writing that piece.
The actors only had what, 2 rehearsals, 2 or 3. I mean, it's pretty amazing.
I had one rehearsal with Yusuf, and we had one take. So yeah.
Fabulous.
Shubhra, do we have time?
Just a very big thank you to all of you for actually making this possible. I mean, I can imagine the hair-splitting organization that something like this actually requires, for all the artists, the directors, and Shubhra and all of you at Same Boat, and constantly keeping us informed with those emails. So that was absolutely stunning, because we have tried to do something like this earlier and pretty much failed, and the whole production went for a toss because of that. And now working with Same Boat and experiencing the way you handled it, it was really something amazing. It was something that we, at least Shad and I, have learned a lot from it. and it has supported the performer actually, rather than the technology part of it, because normally when people start using performers with technology, then for some strange reason the technology takes over and the artist is crushed and you have to just do whatever is possible because this is not possible and that is not possible. But the flexibility that you actually ensured that each of us got, and also what I saw today, the stylistic difference in each performance, it was really commendable. You made it possible for everyone to freely think and execute that. And that is something that is quite powerful. And I'd like to say a big thank you for that.
Yeah.
Such an amazing work. Yeah, you guys did. Amazing. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I have learned a lot.
Oh,
Thank
thank you so much. We're like so happy. Like Shubha and I always on Facebook Messenger, we're so happy, we're so excited, we want to make everyone happy. That was our goal.
I just hope everyone stays connected with everybody else. If you want, social media stuff, just drop it in the chat. But actually, we are only about 2.5 hours away from the London shows, and we have to move and watch. So you should all come, just come and watch it, because there's some really, really good performances there as well. And I think that, it's all of this is only possible if everyone stays positive and creative, and they stay, they want to keep doing what they love to do. So that's how it's possible. And I'm so happy that everyone could do their work. And that's, yay, Dr. Hart is back. Oh God, I just love him.
I just want to say thanks to Dr. Hara. When I saw Dr. Hara, I literally got so much of energy, because prior to the performance, I was really nervous. I didn't know how I'll manage puppets. But seriously, Dr. Hara, salute to Dr. Hara, and that it gave me so much of energy. Right now, I can perform the show again.
And Dr. Hara does that to the performance.
yeah.
He gives the positive energy.
And then Dhanend came, he break all the records of his solo performance. I would love to meet, though I would love to meet every one of you, because the performance was really good, and I was really getting nervous. But when I saw these performances, I thought ki chalo ho jayega, it's good. Yeah, and
great.
I'm really
I mean,
glad.
each and every story, each and every performance, it was very inspiring, because it was connected with each other. We have, personally, I have learned a lot today. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone.
Yeah,
All the
thank you
writers,
so much.
Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, it was amazing.
Yay. Okay, give all the good energy to London. They're also working very hard, and congratulations, everybody. We will definitely be.
Thank you so much.
We will not reply all. Just kidding. I had to say it. But have a great evening.
Thanks to Shubhra.
Good luck,
Lisa.
guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, team. Thank you, everyone. Take care.
Great job. Thanks.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care, guys. Bye.
Are we leaving?
Like to stay in the Zoom call and see who is going to stay back. I have to go actually, because this has to move. Hi, Nitika.
Oh, hi. God.
Still on, by the way.
Tarush.
Oh, God.
Tarush is gone.
Tarush gone.
Tarush was gone.
I've seen her performance in Panyarki, but
Yay.
Like
Nitika, yes.
me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was so nice to
The
see.
director is also here.
Huh?
Director
is also
here. They work
The
together.
director of Panyarki.
Director is a Superman. He's everywhere. Don't worry.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, Dhanand.
Yeah,
Nice
I
to
miss
meet
you.
you.
See you soon.
Okay.
I just missed what Bhaskar was about to say. Bhaskar, what were you saying?
I was saying I really liked your puppet and your. I mean, the energy of the co-actors in this show was really really good, amazing. I mean, in fact, मैं तारुष से भी कहना चाह रहा था क्योंकि उसको दो shows एक ही दिन में दो show कर रहा था वो. So that was also मेरे लिए बहुत ये था कि यार ये एक ही दिन में 2 shows कर रहा है, तो बहुत एनर्जी मुझे मिली उससे. नाइस. बाकी तो एनर्जी दे ही रहे थे पीयूष.
Thank you.
Piyush will sleep today. He'll be like, I got sleep. That's what he
I
will
don't
think.
know. My mind is working in a different zones.
I know, right? Abhi tumhara
So
ek
I'm
kya?
just
So
thinking
Piyush
I have
has
to
a
sleep.
show that he is in the US program. I also have one. So
I'm
to
just
come on.
thinking I have
all
to
the
sleep
best.
or what?
Yeah. But I have to go run this other one.
Yeah.
And okay, one last thing. Thank you, Shubhra and Piyush.
Yeah,
And
Shubhra,
Thank
you
you,
thank you
managed
so
it
Villager.
much.
so well.
Thank
I
you,
mean, thank you
Villager.
very much,
Thank you.
Shubhra.
Yeah,
I
thank
mean,
you. Thank you. Seriously, thank you.
Thanks you guys. Yeah. That's, everything is good when
You know,
people do their job, you know, in a way that they
I'm so
love it.
happy that Piyush gave me an opportunity to write this play and act also in this play. I'm really glad.
So fun. I love Goria ko to abhi I feel like you guys should really abhi aur bhi refine karke you can I want you know like more possibilities to see where else it can go and what else it can do. I think there is so much because it's you know the story is beyond just a story of like a it's not a fairy tale of a little girl, you know. It's like telling the truth of today's world through her eyes is very effective. I really do feel this way. So I just really think that it can be done and be shown to more and more people in a more interesting.
Yeah. I was glad to see Mahesh Dattani sir, and I mean it was
हाँ
really. मतलब every time I was
वो
watching
जो
a
है
show. हाँ.
यूएस वाले प्रोग्राम में है his
अच्छा.
his
Yeah. That I know. But
yeah
Yeah. Director is here. All the best, Samiza.
yeah she
Yes,
is
all
doing
right.
so oh I saw her runs were amazing you have to watch them
Wow.
there was a lot of fun that was a lot of fun to see so I feel like I just want like everyone to like just hang out right now, you know, everyone like meet together and like
Yeah.
create something crazy
Yeah.
together.
True.
A big musical number in all these different languages happening in all these places. It will be so much fun. Don't let me be too ambitious. I keep thinking of all these things. But पहले वो वीडियो बना लेते हैं क्यों पीयूष?
अच्छा ये बना नहीं है क्या? I was.
Oh!
मैंने भेज दिया वैसे.
तुमको किसने बोला नहीं बन गया okay?
भेज दिया.
This is called earthquake. That's an aftershock. Okay, guys. All right.
Oh, by the way, one last thing. Happy to share it to all of you. आज रावण.
अरे हाँ भाई.
दशहरा था.
आज पटाखे बज रहे थे ना I was like ये सुनाई दे रहा है कि नहीं सुनाई दे रहा है?
मुझे लग रहा था कि मेरा शो तो पूरा खराब हो जाएगा. ऐसा लग रहा था मेरे को कि ये पटाखे की आवाज. I was really
Even I
scared.
was shocked when I saw Bhaskar. I was like Bhaskar भी है मुझे तो पता ही नहीं था.
सब.
जहाँ सुपरमैन होगा वहाँ स्पाइडरमैन तो होगा ना.
Oh.
चलो.
Okay. इससे
Okay,
पहले कि
then.
बैटमैन आ जाए
Good
मैंने
night.
जो है ना
Nice.
Bye, guys.
चलो.
Okay. Bye. Good night.
Okay, good night everybody. I will leave now.
Thanks.
Thank you. We have to